just
You're just a really old Xer.
I think I'd rather be called Boomer.
I just would rather everybody shut up and hope that we could go live. Like soon.
I mean, we're
up now.
live terrestrially.
I'm
Right.
trying.
We're up now.
I know. I'm trying. Well,
Let's
my
refresh,
my
Willie.
stuff's refreshing. Rhett.
Oh, I see it.
They can't give me money through the radio.
Yeah.
Boom.
Boy, your coffee game is strong today.
Do you like it? It's hazelnut cream.
I think that's the one that the Merge Crick bought for you, right? Is that the one?
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
So it's just really strong. I like it, but I'm, at 7 o'clock is my next feeding, and I'm real food aggressive right now.
Do you want me to get you something?
No, I don't want anything. I just want to make it till 7 o'clock.
I got you. I'm sorry.
No problem. And Lummy, are we live on there? Oh, I think. Phew.
We're definitely
All
on the
right.
rums.
We got all three now. We got all three.
We're good.
All right.
Yes, we're good. Thank you. Today's show, I'm supposed to at one time or another get into have I called Ronnie yet? And so we'll get into that. Now, we're going to obviously talk about that topic, and Brian has already pre-warned me that you know
That you're not going to like what I mean. I'm not going to say it in a mean way, but you're not going to like my opinion on it.
Hello. Let me. What were you going to say? Brian was going to Seth himself off the show? I forget what we said. I mean, he Don Mikowski. There was one other thing that we were
Antonio Brown. I said he's Antonio Brown.
You're going to Antonio
Take
Brown.
off my shirt and walk out in the middle of the show.
No, but just like be real. Like you're really important and you're really good, and you're like we need you, but you just totally flamed out and are such a stiff dick that we can't tolerate
Hey,
you.
Sponjo, I'm not going anywhere.
Oh yeah.
Sponjo.
Hello. Who's this?
Got it, Seth.
Hey, good morning, Bubba.
It's Big Hands John. How are you, buddy?
Yes.
Yes, it is, my friend. I wanted to let you know I made it.
You made you
It's his
officially 70
birthday.
today.
right. You're now 70 in a day.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
That's
Happy
it.
birthday,
Hey.
John.
Hey, I wanted to say something to you, Bubba.
All right.
Seriously. I know I said about the 60, and then you thought I was going off the rail. I just wanted to say thanks, my friend. If it had not been for you 22 years ago, I wouldn't be celebrating 70. Because had you not put me in touch with Dr. Miller and Ken Donovan and all the people that you did back when I watched my wife die, I wouldn't be here.
Yeah,
So thanks,
we
man.
got a long history, my friend. I'm glad I was able to help you out, and you've been such a great fan and such a great listener. Not even a fan, such a great guy
Person, yeah.
for the show, and just a great ambassador of the show. And it goes both ways. I appreciate you too, my friend, and you've helped me through some tough times. So thank you, John.
You're welcome, my friend. I just wanted to say that and, just say thanks.
Appreciate it, buddy. Take care, Big Hands John.
Happy birthday.
Happy
Bye now.
birthday.
Yeah.
Are you now,
He's the best.
Brian? Are you coming to Barb? I mean, are you planning on coming to Barb?
No, I've already said we've got the.
Oh, that's
family
right.
Christmas
You're not.
trip. Yeah.
Christmas trip. 2 weeks
So we
after
do it.
Christmas.
Yeah, we
Let me
do it
work-
MLK weekend because it's so hard. With Christmas, we got family down here. We got family up north.
Not coming to Barb, Lummy. And should we get him a ring?
You don't have to.
I mean, really? For real?
I mean, if you want to
Do you even
save your,
want one?
I've told you that every single year that I would not be offended.
What do you do with the rings now?
They're displayed
You-
in my office.
See, here's the
Nice.
thing. Here's the thing. I'd give you a ring, and I want to. And some people like Jimmy Clevis and the Diacos and Tom Bean. They just get rings because they're like my boys. Like you know.
I definitely know I'm not one of your boys.
But I get you one. I think you've. How many have you got?
I've 3 or 4.
Right. They are so unimportant to him. He doesn't even know he has.
Oh, yeah,
how many?
yeah,
3 or 4. Most people will
somewhere.
be able to exactly tell you how many they got. He's like, I don't know, 3 or 4, which means they really don't mean anything to you.
No, they're in my office. They mean something.
At least
they're
they're
not
displayed.
They're displayed in the
So they're not in a drunk drawer.
credenza.
Yeah, I bet you Gina's the few years I gave her one. I bet you they're,
I don't even know that you've given her one. You've given her one because I mean I
don't think I have.
I was gonna say maybe
She wouldn't dig it at all. She think it would be stupid, don't you think?
she would act and I know her fake. Like her
Yeah.
fake, like trying to be magnanimous and
thankful.
gracious and thankful, and you would get that, and it's
yeah.
a terrible fake. She may think it's a good put on. It's awful.
Right.
Really?
Now, you
What
can
is it-
tell
what is it
how-
like?
I think Tom even. I think Tom even does the same thing.
I love it.
I think Tom's the same way. I think Tom could care less about but I get one for him every year.
Yeah, but he doesn't put on.
No,
like,
here's the thing with Tom. He doesn't care that he gets one. He would care if he didn't get one.
Right. Well, here's the thing with Tom. If I'm going to start slinging him out to some of my very closest friends, Tom Bean, and the things. I mean, Tom Bean may not be my closest friends that I talk to every day, but Tom Bean is one of my true, real friends. Like, Tom Bean really has my back. Like, Tom Bean has bailed me. I don't know where I would be in life without Tom Bean. Let me just say that.
I know where you'd be.
Probably in prison.
That or on a grader somewhere in
Indiana.
you know what, Indiana.
Right. I mean, Tom Bean has kept this all together. So, I mean, I have to give. Tom doesn't really, I don't think he's ever worn one, and I don't even know that he has them on display. But Tom Bean, you got, like, he's like ring one, even though he doesn't want one.
He doesn't want one, but if you didn't give him one, he'd be upset that you didn't give him one.
Right.
But he'd act like he wasn't upset, but he'd be upset.
Yeah, he wouldn't. It wouldn't be a conversation where you get called into his office, but he'd hold it against you subconsciously.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then he'd tell you that he didn't care, but subconsciously he really did care.
Absolutely.
And he's going to make life, he's going to avoid, like, give you the Tom Bean silent treatment, which is the worst, by the way. Oh my God. Him and I will be getting in a little bit of a fight.
Really, Bubba?
And yeah, and like a little argument. And then I realized, no, this hasn't happened in years. I can't even tell you the last time it happened. Probably like 2017, 18, where we would get into a fight, a verbal fight over the phone or something. And then, like, he'd hang up on me or something because I was being unreasonable.
Ooh.
And then I'd text him, why'd you hang up on me? And then he wouldn't even, like, I want to engage. Like, I need a response back, And like,
he knows that.
Like, I'm like,
You're like that
Tom,
needy girlford.
I'm like, Tom, for real.
Narcissistic
Tom, what, really, like, for real? You just hung up on me. Let's call me back. Let's work. I'm sorry. Let's work it out. Nothing. And you know what? He's got an iPhone like I do, so, and he's got like that.
Left you on red.
Yeah, it's red. So I'm like, Tom, I know you got that. So just come on, seriously. Just text me back or something. Then it marks red, and then I'll be like, okay, Tom, you're just being a dick. Just call me up. Do you want me to come over to the? You know what? I'm coming over to your office. I'm coming over to your office. And then about a minute later, he'll say, "Don't come to the office." That's the only. And then that just freaks me out. The silent treatment. I think in general it freaks us guys out. Like, we want to engage.
Yes.
We want to engage.
Really?
Yeah, I think so.
You don't want to be.
Not all of
I
us.
think it's
So-
a
I mean,
tactic.
not all of us can do the silent treatment.
So I'll tell you
I'm
real-
an engager.
Real quick, Regina got invited. So there's a group of male family law attorneys that I guess started meeting for breakfast, and they have like a group chat. And they decided to invite Regina. So she's the only chick that got invited.
Out of how many?
Out of hundreds of female, family law attorneys.
I mean, like, how many people are in the group?
It's like probably like 10.
So it's a very prestigious
6 to 10.
It's a very prestigious group amongst
Breakfast group.
established, very, very old
Breakfast club, if you will.
But hold on, it's
Sorry.
God, you've been like just nonstop interrupting me. Like, just I'm trying to get in, like we're playing Family Feud, and you're
She's
supposed
trying to guess the answer.
Yeah, like honest to God, I feel like I'm trying to monologue and you start Family Feuding me, yelling me out the question. Steve Harvey's there and I'm supposed to give him an answer, and my whole family is chiming in on me.
Let's go to the board.
Jesus, shut up. So what I'm assuming, Brian, is there's like these, really, really slinging D, maybe large firm, very established, little breakfast club amongst, 10 to 15 male family attorneys, the best of the best, and they've invited Gina to be part of their little breakfast crew.
Nice.
Yeah. So she got invited, and it had been going on for a minute. So she was blown away because she got put into the group text. How many texts they sent about just stupid crap between each other during the course of the day, and she's like, "Guys really text like this?" And I'm like, "Yeah, that's the way we communicate." She's like, "Women don't do this. We don't have group texts like this." Blah blah blah. She's like, "Anyone I've been a part of," I'm like, "Yes, you guys do. You guys just do it differently." Because what the women will do is they'll be in a group text with 10 people. Then all of a sudden somebody says something, and Sally and Betty
we'll go off
to the side
we'll
and
have
have their own sidebar text. And then these two will have, and so they've got 4 or 5 group chats going at once. Meanwhile, the guys are just sharing it all in one.
Yeah, we're just saying it.
We're not holding anything back.
Right.
What I say to you, I'll say to him, I'll say to anybody.
And like if we think you're being a dick, you're like, man, Tim, quit being a dick.
Yep, exactly.
And then everybody like, yeah, Tim, quit being a dick. Like Tim be like, you know what, guys, sorry for being a dick.
Or I think that's a dumb idea. Why would we do that? You know? But the girls would be like, that's such a good idea. And then off to the side, they're like, what is her problem?
Right.
And because I've seen my wife in it.
Plus, you know what? She doesn't have as near as good as shoes as I do.
Yeah. And then it degrades. And so I told Regina that, and she's
called
like,
girl talk.
She's like, you're 100% right. She's like, I never thought of that.
Right.
I'm like,
That's a really dangerous game to play because sometimes you send it to the wrong person, so you got to just call. And then you talk smack.
I've sent some stuff to the wrong people before.
That's why you got to be careful.
Oh my God! Like some really bad stuff.
Oh, really?
Like what?
No, I don't know.
Let's talk about it.
No. But then you got the girl talk aspect of life too, and that's when 2 chicks, haven't seen each other for a while. Like they're part of, like let's say that me and the Merch Crick meet Dan and Romina out for dinner. Okay, which that's never going to happen. But let's say we did. Well, the girls, they first walk up to each other. Now they could like all the way there. Like Romina could be telling Dan, I hate Bubba, and I hate his girlfriend, and I can't believe how she would put up with this bull crap, and even blah, blah. But the minute they see each other, they act like they're best friends. They're like so fake. It's so girl talk. You're like, oh my God, look at you. I haven't seen you in such a long time. Have you lost weight? What'd you do with your hair? Oh my God, I love that outfit. That's the way it all is. Meanwhile, prior to getting there, while I was parking the car, you were talking about how much you hated a bitch. And you do anything except be here. Am I not right? Girl talk. That's what they do. They address, they just put each other over, like they haven't seen each other for years. Meanwhile, when we walk up to dudes, we're like, "Hey, Brian, what's up?"
Yeah.
I'm good. Hey, man, you know what about that race stadium? I don't know. I think it's going to be a bunch of bullcrap. Yeah, I know. Can you believe, man, Baker Mayfield's 2-0, kid?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. And the Rays, I mean, they may not win the division, but they're at least in the playoffs.
And meanwhile, I don't care what you look like.
I don't
either.
Wearing, I don't care
any of that.
I don't care about your outfit. I don't care about, anything. If you've lost a little bit of weight or anything, I mean, we're just guying it up.
Yeah, but women put a lot more effort into, getting ready. So
because they know that those other women are going to be judging them. Right. It's not for men. It is for themselves.
I didn't say it was.
But that's all Bubba's whole point. You kind of took a crap on, or you didn't jump in and be like, yeah, that's what women do with the whole fake
Oh, you
BS.
wanted me to jump in the conversation?
That time he did, when he's talking girl talk.
Well, I didn't want to interrupt.
Oh, Jesus, you're really taking it. My God.
Wow.
You can't even
I waited till you were done until someone took a breath.
You can't even roll with the funny criticism. I criticized you in something that you're doing, but I made it really funny by making it a Family Feud deal because I'm an amazing host.
Yes.
And you just can't roll with it and just realize that you've done a couple little stab-ins that you need to chill out a little bit on. No big deal.
But I wanted to make it an effort.
You got to make it a big deal. It's always about you, bitch. About to get mines.
Okay, I'm not going to win this, so I'm just going to stop.
So anyway,
Mike Thurman, $100. Mike Thurman, $100 on the Cash App.
Speaking of $100, hold on, I got a phone.
What's the biggest single one you've ever gotten, Bubba? Because I saw Iggy give $500 the other day.
Oh, $2,400.
$2,400.
You wouldn't believe
paid all at once.
No, hold on.
About $199 like 3 times.
Last week, this is it totally blew my mind. It's never happened in the 6 barps that we've been doing. Have we done 6, Lummy?
This is going to be our 6th.
Yeah. And the 5 times that we've done this, we have a cutoff date, Brian, of September 15th. And people maybe on the last day, they'll throw they're like 500 away and they'll give that 500, that's a pretty big one. But never, ever. And this is the first time this year. Not only is it the first time, but I had 4 of them. Mm-hmm. I had 4 Friday the 15th, $2,400 straight laydowns.
Wow.
And 2 of which were new people that we've never heard of.
Somebody getting new lights for the racetrack, or
nobody's getting new lights for the racetrack. Jesus God! Somebody's going to be able to make payroll for a long time.
Tom, can I buy this old cop car?
Hello. So anyway, we had 4 people. One was a woman from South Tampa, Brian.
Wow.
Yeah, I got it.
Are they all new money?
2 of them are new money.
Woo.
But wait till I got to privately tell you the story of the
Erica,
girl.
get ready. We're going to Longhorn tonight. Putting on my big boy pants.
Just remind me to tell you the story about the Tampa chick that laid down 2,400 large and we never even heard of her. So remind me to tell you, but it has to be off mic, okay?
Okay.
All right. So hello, who's this?
Hey, Bubba, Doug from Fort Myers.
Hi, Doug. How are you, buddy?
Good. How are you doing?
Doing good. It sounds like literally they just took you off the streets of New York yesterday.
I think it's Boston, right?
Or Boston, and you literally just got here with a real bad chip on your shoulder, and you really need to whip somebody's ass right now.
No. I'm from Massachusetts, but
we know.
No, you're a very distinct masshole.
I had Alabama locked in, man.
Boston Wolf, $100.
Love him, fence guy. Anyway, so what do you got for me, buddy? They're Boston.
When did you start on Twitch?
October of 2017.
Okay. I obviously went to Twitch and, got the show there. But when I started poking around Twitch, I came across this little blonde called the Dan Dangler. Have you ever heard of her?
No, I have not.
Dan Dangler?
All right,
that's what Dan calls his penis, actually.
Right? Yeah, right. So when I first came across her, she was a cute little blonde, bubbly, in her bedroom at a desk with pink walls and maybe a couple of stuffy animals.
Yeah, like
in the
about
room,
99% of the other bitches on Twitch.
Yeah.
Sure.
How old is she, dude?
Right.
How old is she?
Well, she's of age.
Okay,
That's all that matters.
at the end of the day, Brian. We've covered our ass if we've at least gotten that right.
Yeah.
I sent you her page,
Yeah.
Bubba, if you want to look
All
at
right.
it.
Well, she was really.
Let me.
really
When you
cute,
tell me
really
that you
cute.
sent me something, do you have to send it so depressing? Like, can you have to say it so depressing?
I tried not to interrupt the guy. But
send
let
you your
know.
page,
Well,
Bubba.
because
You want to see it.
you told me to interrupt, just to tell you I sent it.
Interrupt energetically. Bubba, I sent her page.
Okay.
All right,
Try.
Yeah, let's just try this one again.
Try it.
Hey, Bubba, I sent her a page.
Well,
That's kind of disruptive a little bit.
There's a halfway. There's a sweet spot there, Lummy, from what you did and what you did. So just figure it out, okay?
Hey, Bubba, I sent her a page.
All right, so I'm looking at her. I'm looking at
good.
her page right now. What's so special about it? It looks stupid to me.
Well, in 17 or whatever when you started, she was cute, bubbly with a little B cup, right?
Right?
Then when you weren't on Twitch so much, I kind of didn't go on Twitch. Well, I went like a year ago, and all of a sudden she's got a B cup, right?
Oh wow!
She went through puberty.
That is called the
still
natural progression, is what
She went
that's
through
called.
puberty.
Ew.
Look at Amaranth. She started
Amaranth?
out, whatever her name
No.
is.
Well, she was, remember, cute, bubbly, right? Well, I went on yesterday, and now she's like a full-fledged
Porn
looking
star.
like a porn star.
Yeah.
She'll have an OnlyFans, and she'll be taking
Probably
it.
already does.
Yeah. I mean,
hey,
now
don't
she's
hate, man. Don't hate, man. She figured out what
No.
what makes the money, and she's got big
Oh, I
she's
know.
got big old jugs and
How much money have you given this chick?
Yeah, how much?
yeah, be honest. Don't
I
lie
haven't-
like you do.
Come on.
What do you mean? Come
I'm
on,
from
you're
Boston,
obsessed with
I'm not
her.
an idiot.
I mean, have you given her
Come on.
have you given her any money, buddy?
Zero.
All right.
Give us some of this chowder, though. Oh!
Yeah, chowder. I'll make you clam chowder.
Oh
I'm sure you
God!
will.
Please stop.
So anyway,
The
listen.
thing
The thing is what? People change. People turn. Get a little
No,
bubbly,
I know, but
hot
now-
chicks will turn into whores. Yeah. What's up?
Right. But now she's got this big photo shoot in some kind of a mansion, like a house you used to own with this nice pool and all that. I just thought it was kind of interesting.
It's a little tougher of a grind for us, my friend. We actually got to put on a pretty good show that titillates and stimulates enough for people to want to pay for this, particular monologue-based men skewing opinion radio show.
No.
So
And,
I mean,
actually, Bubba
I
tried to go down that road, and all the trolls hated on him, and he got treated unfairly by Twitch and locked up. So he had Janessa
I
in here
know.
doing the same thing, and she was hotter than that chick.
Yeah, but
yeah, and then I mean, all the
just thought it
trolls
was
complained on me, and we got locked up.
Like literally, all she did was dance in a costume, and Bubba would lose his page for a week.
Yeah.
And then the boob to body ratio got a lot smaller when I joined, so I just want to apologize for that.
Well, Bubba's like, I need somebody that nobody's gonna think showed anything.
That's right.
That's like, I got the
just
girl
thought it
for you, Sponjo.
Here I am.
I just thought it was interesting that she went from cute and bubbly, and now she's like a little ratchet and like she's on drugs or something. Like just to see the progression of it.
That's
was interesting.
that's
how
kind
you
of
make
that's
money.
that's kind of the progression of being a female influencer that's relying on your
Right.
that's relying on your looks to make a living. Now, there's
No, it's not even your looks, it's your sexuality. Like, how overtly sexual can you be? And the more sexual you are, the more money you make. So they go, I'm going to make all the money.
And it's just a progression, and it leads to interracial porn on Brazzers. All roads.
It eventually lands. This girl's made the natural progression of being this little bubbly beach, whatever.
Girl next door.
Now she's got these big old jugs, and she'll eventually be on blackonblondes.com.
From my first Twitch stream to my first BBC, it happens every single time.
Right, exactly. And to her credit, she was making X amount as the little bubbly thing, and she's got a new Mercedes now when she's hanging out with these largely endowed African American men.
I feel like you're sad, like you're grieving the girl you once knew.
Yeah, you liked her when she was that bubbly girl playing with her stuffed animals in her room, you weirdo.
No, he's not. I mean, come on. She's of age.
I liked her better when she, reminded me of a young underage adolescent.
Don't be me when you're saying something like that. That's not how I feel,
I was being Boston Rob there.
Oh, okay.
That was horrible. That was horrible.
Anyway, Boston Rob, we all support you liking this chick, and only Babyface is being a dick, which was what you should expect anyway.
Par for the course.
It's kind of amazing that Anna has the template down perfect to a T.
What do you mean?
Like she just said the whole template of it, starting off as a little bubbly chick and blah, blah, blah.
No, I can think
of it. Make more money.
But see,
I know the mind of a whore.
Anna,
I'm not one.
Anna knows,
study them well.
Anna knows the equation.
Yes.
She just doesn't. She just feels a little bit more secure.
You know why? Because I have a father that loves me.
And she feels as if, and she is right, that her spoken word talent is more, as infectious and entertaining as, the small little raisins taking them around the farm with, three dudes.
Boy, is she wrong.
It's not. I didn't say that. That was Bubba.
Yeah,
but boy, Bubba. I didn't,
boy, is
that's
that
not
a miscalculation.
Yeah, I mean, you're probably right.
That was not my analysis at all.
If you were honest to God on it, to really slut it up, like quit the show and do your own thing on OnlyFans and do the real naughty stuff, you'd be just so rich.
You know what, Bubba? I have nightmares of me doing that and it not working. No one subscribes.
It would. You could be like this real kind of bitchy, hot, with a fry.
The only thing she could do, I think, just effectively would be one of those like doms that would insult the guy and like a financial domeration type of thing, which is the weirdest thing.
Fat pig, you need to send me $10 right now. She's got her like a red leather boots on with a whip, and she
and those girls only need 3 or 4 guys at a time.
Yeah, she gets 3 or 4 whales.
Yep.
Next thing you know, they're all giving you $400 or $500 every time you financially whip them with your
Yeah, that's what she
almost a dominatrix fin dom deal.
Yep, a fin dom.
Never.
That's the only. But I'm saying that's the only thing you could do.
Here's the thing: we know you'd never do that, but if you did, you'd make $100,000 a month.
I understand.
$100,000 a month. You could make $1 million and then just
sad
retire.
That it's a quick way to get rich, but unfortunately, I cannot bring shame to my family.
I understand, and
any more shame to your family.
We appreciate that. Listen, Boston Rob, thank you for the call. Thank you for being a big fan, a big listener. We appreciate you, buddy. And go to our YouTube.
Have a good day.
Go subscribe to our YouTube channel. I got some brand new stuff that's going up today. Okay.
Already have, man. Appreciate it, guys.
Thank you.
Have a good one.
It's at the Bubba Army. A new food review goes up today.
Nice.
I got another idea for you.
Did you do the honey pimento chicken sandwich yet?
Yep, I did. I did the.
No, some guy called in yesterday and said it sucked.
Well, that's not. I don't care about some guy's food review. There's only one food review I care about.
He didn't do it.
I didn't. Well,
I know.
I'll do it for next week. But McDonald's has the new spicy nuggets out in a very limited time. I went and did the Wendy's nacho cheese deal. That deal. But Lummy, the woman talked me in. I didn't know that you could get it either hamburger or chickens.
Oh, I did not either.
And so when I get in there, she offers me, hey, do you want that on a hamburger or a chickens? And I'm like, oh, they make it for chickens? She's like, yes.
Oh, nice. So you got the chicken?
I got the chickens.
Nice.
I know that I mispronounce. I do it on purpose when I call chickens. I know you're not supposed to use plural, but I like it.
Would you be open to doing like more exotic food?
No.
More ethnic food?
How about eel? Sure, let's go. Me and you.
Ouch.
Bitch.
Bubba tries uni for the first time.
Let's go to get some eel. I'll try eel.
Thought it was
I'll do
mushroom.
fried eel. I don't like mushrooms. But anyway, I did the Wendy's deal. And let me
Was it good?
It was the same. Yes, everything was pretty good. Yes, it was pretty good. But now, don't forget, times are tough. And I'm in my 04 Crown. I used to be in my F350, kind of, like just being a regular dude. Like nobody, if you're driving an F350 dually, they think that you're middle class. Like you're just a regular dude, hardworking dude, probably making 50, 60, 70,000 a year, something like that. Right, Lummy?
Yeah.
Well, I'm driving an 04 Crown Vic, former cop car. None of the windows except the driver's side works, with a pit bull, a big-breasted chick that's on the camera, and all the paint's flaked off.
I can't wait for you to go back to Arby's where they recognize you and be like, wow, what happened?
So
the only thing that's keeping you from everyone thinking that you're absolute white trash is everyone in that car has good teeth.
But
yeah, you're right.
So they're like, okay.
Maybe we need to get some of those fake teeth that you wear, like
black one out.
Yeah,
I'm a little disappointed that the drive-through attendants haven't asked Erica to just like blink twice if she's okay, because it definitely looks like she's being held hostage in there.
Do you want to fly? Just Eddie.
So it was pretty good. The sandwich was pretty good. I think you like the review. Now, I got into that. The girl that took my money was kind of young, and she was cute as hell.
Oh, Jesus.
But Anna, I think if you just $25 Scout and Big Gulp, Lummy, you missed it on the super chat.
Whoa. They said baby face. Woo.
Okay, yes, they
don't
did.
leave. Don't bury the lead.
All right, so Lummy, after I think, or Brian, maybe. Brian, will you take off everything Bubba says? I just think I'm just going to automatically say the opposite thing to make Bubba.
Don't do that.
I want you to be honest.
You're already doing it by saying that you don't do it.
I'm always honest with you, Bubba.
Right, so if you are
doing, like you.
if I'm doing,
that's why you don't like.
If I'm doing my food review like I did yesterday, and the girl that takes my order is kind of cute.
Mm-hmm.
And I say, after she takes my money and I'm going to the next window to get my food, I say to the camera, hey, she's kind of cute. She's only cute if she's an adult. If she's an adult, then she's cute. If she's not over the, if she's
Can
not.
you reverse those statements?
I mean, what I'm saying is I think it covers your ass.
I don't think you need, if you're just saying cute.
That's what I said.
But I don't think you need to put in disclaimers, because cute doesn't necessarily imply sexual.
I know, but what I'm saying,
it's not like,
but
like a baby is cute.
Babies are cute,
like
and it doesn't mean that you want to have sex with the baby.
But here's the deal, man. The last time I said that, remember, Lummy, when I went to Culver's, I'm like, man, that girl's cute.
Well, it's kind of how you said it.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh,
that girl was cute.
Okay, well,
wow. I hope she's 18. She's super cute.
Even that.
Take her around the farm.
Even that, it shouldn't be that big a deal. I didn't act on it. I don't do it. I mean,
No.
So anyway, I encountered one of those yesterday, and I used the disclaimer, hey, she's cute, but she's only cute if she's over 18. If she's under 18, she's not cute.
That makes it even a little weirder, I think.
Okay, well,
I think you don't even do that. I just think you say, wow, she's cute.
No, because when I've said she's cute, it's gotten me busted.
Did you see the donkey on her?
She's cute. Those boobies are cute.
I didn't say any of that.
Well, then you don't have to put a disclaimer in.
No, I think nowadays, Brian, what Bubba's trying to say is,
man,
you have to
cover his ass.
You got to.
You got to cover your ass.
Even using the word cute.
Yes,
yes, Brian,
Bubba
you don't
brand,
understand. Okay? Honest to God, Brian, I really need to. Even though I'm just saying that she's cute, I got to put the little disclaimer in there, or everybody thinks that you're a creepo.
Mm-hmm.
For real. It's unbelievable how bad our trolls are. We get the worst trolls ever. So Lummy, yesterday I did the food review. Here, let me maybe I'll just give you guys a little taste of it.
No pun intended.
Hold on, here we go. And let me.
Oh Christ!
This is.
You didn't say you were wearing the straw hat.
This is the best.
Hey, right there, Brian. Right there, it says it all. Dude, does it not just? There it is. There's my life.
You gotta stop bringing Erica with you because she'd pull so much ass out of those fast food restaurants
I would
looking
not.
like that, right?
Shut up.
That's right, Brian.
So
At least those hats look damn good.
They do.
so anyway, I mean, do you even got to like? Do you even got to go any further?
Nope.
Like, poor
I
Bubba.
think I've seen enough.
Who wears a straw hat
Poor
in a
Bubba.
car?
Merch.
When it's overcast, and it's
Chris.
about to rain.
I know that thing kept bumping into the head
What
right
I
next to the
said
window.
Oh yeah, it kept bumping into.
I know that thing kept
Hold on,
bumping into the
I don't know where we're getting
head.
that from. Oh yeah, it no. kept bumping into. Here we go. Sorry.
35.
Have we been
35?
35?
Yes, we have.
Okay, we'll come back with. By the way, go to my YouTube channel, which is at the Bubba Army, because the things I'm getting into nowadays off air. I'm going to start doing a lot more. Lummy, I did my first scratching with the homies episode yesterday.
How did that go?
Not so good. Well, I mean, it went really, really good, but
Until it didn't.
well,
I think that guy worked you.
did you see it?
Oh, you were telling us about it in the meeting. I think he
Yeah.
worked you.
The guy, I mean, what homeless person
You
doesn't
got bamboozled by a homeless guy?
I did.
That's sad.
and I gave him $100.
Did he say God bless? Did he
I
say
gave him a-
he
He's the
bless
best
you?
negotiator
Oh
ever.
yeah, he had a Jesus hat on and everything.
hell's wrong with
You don't
you?
even
$100?
understand. You don't even
That
understand.
makes me mad.
I went to the convenience store, bought $100 worth of scratch off tickets in $5 increments, thinking, Lummy, I was going to walk up to the homeless person and offer him two $5 scratch off tickets. Here you go.
Oh, yeah.
We'll scratch them off together using one of my Bubba Inner Circle coins, and whatever you win, it's yours. Like it's yours. Like boom, boom. I can't think of a homeless person. I can't think of any regular person that wouldn't like that. Brian, if I walked in your office and said, "Hey, Brian, here's two $5 scratch offs. Whatever you win's yours." I mean, you're not going to say.
Let me film you.
And let me film you.
I mean, I probably would still do it, but
Yeah.
the let me film you part could be for some people.
The guy didn't have a problem with the film, and he had a problem with the scratch off. He's like, I don't gamble. I'm more spiritual than that, and all that kind of stuff.
Gamble.
I mean, he's got an I Love Jesus hat. That it's on brand.
So I did that yesterday as well. I don't know when I'm going to release that. I might show you a little preview.
Were you wearing a straw hat when you went up to him?
Yeah, I offered it to him. I offered him my straw hat.
He's like, do you have a Jesus patch for that?
He probably shouldn't have said that.
That kind of frank dialogue troubles me.
More of the Bubba the Love Sponge show after this.
Did you get Mike Thurlman?
Yes, I did. The $100. First one.
How do you say his name?
Thurlman.
Thurl.
Bet Alston Wolf, Scout and Big Gold, Mike Thurlman, and somebody threw $2 in.
He always donates during my show too, and I appreciate it, Mike. God bless you. God bless you. I hear a wiener.
Are you going to the Dave Chappelle show, Brian?
No, first of all, the ticket prices were insane. Insane.
I heard they were so highly priced that sales didn't do that well.
I hope they didn't, because fuck you, $100 nosebleed plus fees and shit.
How much is stuff at Emily usually like a concert?
But it's to me, a stand-up comedy show is way fucking different than a concert.
Yes.
A concert has so much more overhead
And production.
Stage people, I mean, their crew, the setup, and all that. This is one dude
guy.
on a stage.
That might have an entire crew of 4.
I mean, it's absurd.
Right?
The lower level seats were like $600
I know. I was in queue at 10 a.m. last Friday trying to get
They were retail. They were like 300. It's just all the resale.
Yeah, no, it's the platinum, because they that's the other fucking work they do now, is they only offer like less than half of the lower level seats at their real price, and then they have official platinum seats that they charge umpteen dollars more for. It's a fuck. The whole thing, Ticketmaster needs to be sued, massively sued. No class action, out of court bullshit settlement. Take these fuckers all the way to a jury and crush them, because everything they do is fucking illegal. They'll
roll back half, sell them, then sell the other half to ticket brokers, right?
This is the other thing they do. So they'll do a pre-sale, right? They'll bog down your ability to get in. I know they fucking do it. They have the server and the bandwidth for it. They'll bog down your ability to get in, make you wait 5 or 10 minutes, when you get into the room and you're now able to pick the tickets out, it appears that there's no tickets left.
Or very few.
No, zero. It'll say, no ticket. You'll look around the venue.
Yeah, that's what happened to me when I was in the queue.
There's nothing. So what will a lot of people do there? I gotta go to the resale now. And so they'll immediately jump on the resale.
Is that also through Ticketmaster?
Also through Ticketmaster, where they get fees from the seller and the buyer. Meanwhile, if you just stay in that room and click around long enough,
things will open up.
2 tickets here will be released. 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 So they're still actively selling the fucking face value tickets while deceiving the public and forcing many people to go to the secondary market, which they also fucking control.
Can't they say that?
Fuck those fuckers.
Can they say that also is that some people that are putting?
No, they're not people
cart.
that have them in their cart and
I
are
was just
losing.
gonna ask
That's
that.
bullshit. That's bullshit because people that are in there for the fucking pre-sale are not putting them into their cart and then not buying them. I'm sorry, I reject that notion. And it's too consistent. It happens one time I went in 45 minutes, an hour afterwards, and it was happening. And it's 2 tickets here, it's 2 tickets there. Happened with me with the Lightning tickets. And if you know the system,
Rudy,
like you can get them for
$10
face value. I've always done that. I did really well with the Lightning playoff tickets. I did well with the Taylor Swift tickets.
Does the venue have to go through your Ticketmaster?
Yes, they fucking monopolize and control it. It's almost
How?
impossible.
Is that who
The
controls that?
systems-
Is it the artist or is it the?
It's a lot of the times it's the venues. See, that was the
Venue.
thing that Ticketmaster did is they had the Live Nation venues that they had exclusive contracts with, and then they created Live Nation because they wanted to try and avoid the monopoly because they were actually owning the venues now.
But they also own Live Nation.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a fucking scam.
It's a fucking racket.
They need, and I was so excited.
Is it not
when,
a racket?
When the whole Taylor Swift thing happened, I'm like, this is finally the moment that Ticketmaster is going to be held to account. And then it just vanished into thin air. They just got off the fucking hook.
Remind me what happened with that, with the Taylor Swift deal.
The Taylor Swift deal was, so this is what Ticketmaster claims again, is that when they opened up ticket sales, they were just so overwhelmed, their servers, everybody coming in at once, that it just crashed everything.
Okay, so what really happened?
I think Ticketmaster, once again, they do not want their tickets. When they sell tickets through a pre-sale or anything, they do not want those tickets to fall in the hands of an actual fan. They want those fucking tickets to fall in the hands of somebody looking to resell those tickets. So the harder they can make it for a fan to initially buy the tickets, the more money they make, and they fucking know that. And if you got into Discovery and Ticketmaster's fucking emails and everything, you would find out all of this. They are the worst.
Maybe this is a dumb question, but why would they want someone who's going to resell it?
Because they also are the biggest players in the resale market, so they make their ticket.
What if it's
fees.
just like Joe Schmo buys a ticket and then wants to?
But you might enter the resale portal.
No, where are you reselling it? You're reselling it through Ticketmaster. You're reselling it sometimes.
See,
through
I never buy tickets through Ticketmaster, so I don't know.
Oh, yeah,
I don't
yeah.
know
Do they own
resell
StubHub?
it.
So you have StubHub, SeatGeek, Vivid Seats, Ticketmaster. Essentially, that's a four
But does
spots.
Ticketmaster own any of those other ones?
No, they don't own the other ones. But the Ticketmaster verified seats, that's where people go initially, right?
Right.
So when they don't have the seats available, where are they going to go? They're already at Ticketmaster to buy the resales.
The NFL has partnered
Right.
with them too.
And they get a cut of the resale as well.
USF. It's
Yeah.
really hard to sell your USF tickets anywhere
That's
but
all.
through Ticketmaster now. And they control the price at which you can resell your tickets for a lot of these
And
events.
how many you can resell.
It's
in a certain amount of
fucked
time.
up.
You can't sell too many tickets back because then they
Warning. The following program contains objectionable content, which may cause oral discomfort. This is the Bubba the Love Sponge Show.
Thursday, September 21st, the Bubba the Love Sponge Show. Lummy, we are looking for the following people. These are people that are qualified for Barb, and Ashley, you guys, she's been emailing you. She's been trying to get a hold of you. Get your ring size. Make sure that you got the travel date, all that. And we're down to, we got quite a bit of rings.
Yes.
But we're down to, I think, 5?
I believe so.
Okay, I need Anna's Vag score +1. These are the people, Lummy, that we're looking for.
Yep.
You've all qualified for Barb. You've got your money in. You're ready to go. We just need your information. mostly your ring size and what you want on the side of your ring. That's probably the only thing we really need, right, Lummy?
Yes, it is.
Anna's Vag Score +1. Cadillac Will. Michael Bealey. Neil Mount Plaisir. We don't have Neil. We can't. Neil. We need to get your info. And Wayne 51. Is that Wayne Toussaint?
Wayne Toussaint.
So Wayne Toussaint. Cadillac Will. Anna's Vag Score +1. Michael Beal and Neil Mount Plaisir. I mean, where should they email Ashley at? That bar?
Yeah, barpartyinfo@gmail.com.
Yes, it's BAR party, bar party, info@gmail.com. So get that information to Ash. So, because we have to have, I have to have it to the man. I have to have all the names, all the rings, all the sizes and everything by Friday. Tomorrow, emailed to the manufacturer, or we're not going to have them in time.
Hey, Bubba, everybody wants to know when those Bubba polos are going to be ready.
You know what? They're supposed to be ready like any day. The Brian Matroni.
Oh, I guarantee you that's going to be one of your fastest sellouts ever.
I don't know. The blankets went so fast that these straw hats went fast. Everything's been going fast lately.
I have a feeling the polos will be gone before. You won't even be able to go on the air and say, we only have 10 left. They'll be gone.
I think I ordered quite a bit of them, though. I think I ordered maybe 200 of them. That's a lot.
I still have faith.
All right.
I think the polo is going to be one of your best-selling items.
Speaking
of
of having faith, man, go to my YouTube channel, please. We're getting close to 100,000. When I tell these people we're close to 100,000, see, even yesterday when I did my food review, when I told the first kind of cute chick, we have 100,000 subscribers, she was like, "Whoa!" Like that's kind of a big deal to the average.
Yeah,
the average younger person understands the value of that. It's kind of a big deal.
Yeah.
So they're like, I think you're kind of a big deal. So, all right, things have changed. I'm in a 2004 Crown Vic. I need to get a hold of that body shop. The guy's, I got the guy's card, and I think he's over in Clearwater or something like that, Largo maybe. And he said, I'll repaint your Crown Vic for you.
Yes.
So I was gonna do it myself and do it like truck liner, kind of that deal.
Black mat.
But I'm thinking about, why don't I just have this guy professional, and it doesn't have to be like, I'd be like, listen, buddy, don't spend a lot of time on it. Just shoot it. Like just spray it flat black, matte black, or whatever. Then, don't you think it should be all black?
Yes.
Brian, your input, and Rhett and Macho Man. Macho Man ain't here.
Let's just Rust-Oleum it.
Well, it'll look. See, then it'll look Rust-Oleumed. You'll be able to see the overlap, and
I think that's cooler.
But seeing painting a car with a spray can, you can tell. Lummy, if you and I were driving on the road, be like, Lummy, that guy, he painted his car with a spray can.
Yeah, but then we can Bubba Army chevron white on the sides of it and the hood.
Well, we can also. I'm going to do that, but if it was professionally painted,
why not? It looks better.
I think it looks better if I think it's funnier and more attention getting if it doesn't look great.
Spray painted?
Would you drive it around pro spray painted?
No, but I wouldn't drive around with the straw hat on either.
Well, so I mean, I really need. Let me see what Chat's saying.
Listen,
but I had a guy that said, "Hey, listen, I'm a professional body shop, and we won't. I don't need you. It's not like an Iggy restoration job where you need to shoot it, water sand it, shoot it, clear. No, just shoot it. Just let's take a power washer and blow off the paint. Probably got to primer it." Throw a little primer on it, and then shoot it 1 or 2 times.
Yeah.
Put 2 coats on it, flat black Willie, and let's let it go. Then, Lummy, I got some extra lights laying around here from, because all white trash has emergency lighting.
Of course.
Because I was at one time sponsored by Wieland, so they would send me all these lights for the racetrack trucks and things like that. So and flashing lights are cool, don't you think?
Yeah.
Like if you had a couple, strobe lights inside your headlights, wouldn't that be kind of cool?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Especially in an old Ford Crown Vic.
Brian, you're not the average man like me and Lummy.
No, I'm not.
But
flashing lights are cool.
Man, if you had a couple strobes inside of where your lights are now that you could hit, Rhett, would you not think that was cool if you had it?
Yeah, that'd be pimp as hell.
Yeah, exactly. See, Brian, you just don't know what's cool. You're not a real dude.
Sponge.
You're not
all attention is good attention.
So anyway, let me. I'm going to see if I can get this thing flat. I'm going to see if I can get it professionally painted, and then put some, like on the hood needs to be like a NASCAR-sized Bubba Army.
Yeah,
sticker.
That would look cool. Yeah.
And then on the sides, maybe Bubba Army. Maybe some. Maybe make it look like a NASCAR.
Get some sponsors.
And we put sponsors on it, and it looks like a NASCAR.
Perfect.
We put
That's
number. What
number 62 or 69? Those are the two choices, right?
No, I just think where the number would be is a Bubba Army logo.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then other sponsors, like we could put Red Line on there. We could put
K&N.
K&N, and we could put
Skag.
Definitely Skag.
Super Beats.
Super Beats.
Sunbelt.
American Eagle. Sunbelt.
My Bookie.
My Bookie. All that great stuff.
Diaco Institute of Plastic Surgery.
Hunter Law. Hunter Law could have a little sticker, NASCAR style.
We're not sponsoring it.
Oh, you're not?
Sponsorship money's all used up for the year. Get back with us next year.
Thanks. So, we're starting. By the way, this gets released today at 5. This all starts and stops with being subscribed to my YouTube channel at The Bubba Army. We're desperately close to getting to 100,000. Please help.
Food review.
And it's not all about me. Anna's got some stuff on here when she went to her little Denver thing. So like if you're an Anna fan, you'll see Anna stuff on here. Lummy does his goat report.
2 people.
But it's just not all about what I get into. It's stuff about you. You have some stuff up here. Lummy, you got your goat report.
Yes, I do.
Yeah.
Drive-through food review back. As you see, I got a new look. My Bubba Army.
Anna, are you mad because I got a new sponsor? Because Phil's sponsorship ran out?
Yeah, I'm a little jealous.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
For real?
That's okay.
Straw sun hat. Available at Bubba Army store, Bubba Army merch, or BubbaArmyShop.com.
Look at that pic.
It's a good pick.
Pit bull, white trash pit bull in the back, who's obviously thirsty.
It's hot out.
Me. I can't even roll the window.
Back windows don't work for it either. Does the AC work at least?
Oh, I got the AC blowing.
Okay.
Yeah.
And don't forget, my new sponsor for my food review is Travis from Semi-Auto Glass. And today we're here at Wendy's and don't forget.
This is the ghetto Wendy's too. This is the Dale Mabry Hillsboro.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, that one is so bad.
Yeah, I thought you went to the UT
that is the
one.
worst
No.
Wendy's. We had to stop in there one time. We went to the park and Aria was starving. We went to Al Lopez. Oh, let me just tell you.
Well, listen, as bad as it was for you, man, I had great service, and my girl took my orders, cute as hell.
We don't have the F350 anymore, and we're in the 04 Crown Vic. The back windows don't roll down. Bella's not happy about it, and I got to get this thing repainted so we don't look like such clowns. So that's what I'm getting right there.
That's what I thought I was getting, Lummy.
Yeah.
It's not what I
Didn't
got.
quite look like that.
No, I went to...
she threw the curveball. Chickens. Say it, chickens.
I went to the chickens instead.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Chickens.
That's what I'm getting.
I always show you clear up Lummy until then I save the review for you guys to go.
Of course.
See you later.
Good evening. When is I can help you?
How you doing?
I'm doing right. How you doing, love?
I'm doing good. Can I get that new loaded nacho cheeseburger?
You want the burger or the chicken?
I say chickens back to her too. She probably thinks I'm some stupid.
Oh, they make up in both burgers or chickens?
Yes, sir.
Which one do you like best?
I haven't tried yet. I'm not a spicy person.
Whatever she just said.
I'm trying yet because I'm not a spicy person.
Yeah, that's what I heard too.
Is that what she said?
Yes.
Is that what she said? Hold on.
He hasn't tried it
Yes,
yet.
I'm not a spicy person.
I'm gonna try the chickens.
The chicken, you want the spicy or classic?
Classic.
Okay, did you want that to be the meal or just a sandwich?
And I might as well get. Can I get that with bacon fries?
Sure can.
And then a Coke, but no tomatoes on that sandwich, okay?
Now, you said you wanted classic, right?
Yeah, the class. Well,
Classic.
that's
Say
the
you want classic,
nacho
right?
cheese,
Yes, sir.
but that's
No
on the
tomatoes.
chicken
Yeah.
sandwich.
I got you. You said what type of fries you wanted again?
Bacon cheese fries.
Yeah.
Brian, I've developed a drive-through ear. You have to get an ear for this deal.
Hey, what was the drink? I have no Coke.
We'll take. You got Coke?
No.
Okay, what you
I
got?
think my hearing's gone. I think she said she didn't have Coke.
Yeah, she did.
What do? I asked for Coke.
I got everything for Coke.
Everything but Coke. Like
So Brian, I'm looking at her menu, and they don't show the brands.
Well, it's clearly Coca-Cola though. They're not like we got Coke, Pepsi.
Yeah, but I don't know what the spin-offs are. Coke from I just know Coke and Pepsi.
Diet Coke, Coke Zero.
I know. Hold on.
Mr. Pibb.
I didn't know Mountain Dew was.
That's Pepsi.
Hold on.
Melio. Okay, I'll take that.
Okay, anything else?
No, I'm good.
It's gonna be $11.98.
Thank you.
You know, for this location, she was really good.
Yeah, she was very professional.
Oh no, hold on now. For this
but
location,
I knew that this location would be out of Coca-Cola.
But
Like,
hold on.
what the hell?
Hold on though. But for this location, man, the quality of service, I got right through. They had great attitudes, and this girl is cute.
Can we talk about that a fast food combo meal costs you $12? Like, what in the world?
I didn't even. Yeah,
that is not uncommon.
Insane. Go to Chipotle, get a nice bowl for $10.
They don't have a drive-thru, Ryan.
Hold on. So
there is a Chipotle drive-thru now.
You just got to order pickup, I think, right?
Yeah. Is this the one that was just talking, or no?
No
chance.
No. The next girl I get, Lummy, was the girl that was talking.
Okay.
$11.98. We pay you, right?
Yeah, that girl
Here's
looks
my
about
bumper
150
sticker.
pounds shy.
I do a food review on YouTube. And
now, so watch. Like she didn't care.
No.
But when I tell her my numbers, watch her pipe up a little bit.
If you scan that QR code, it'll take you right to my channel. I got over 100,000 followers on YouTube.
That's good.
So my name is Bubba the Love Sponge. So scan that, and this.
I mean, I think she's over 18.
Yeah. She's definitely over 18.
I mean, she's got pretty big jugs for a teeny tiny little thing. Look, don't you think?
Yeah.
They're those nice ski slopes.
Nice.
This is going to be up tomorrow at 5 o'clock.
Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Bye now. Although she was kind of cute. If she's an adult, she's cute.
See, Brian, I think that was a good disclaimer, right?
I mean, it was funny, but the way you delivered it was if she's an adult,
right?
That was funny. If you were like real serious about it, like and overdid it, then it wouldn't have been.
Right. But hold on.
If she's an adult, she's cute.
Boom. No more further questions.
If she's an adult, she's cute. If she's over 18, she's cute.
Okay.
So now it's too much.
She's not,
now it's too much.
Over 18, she's not cute.
Now it's too much.
How you doing? Hey, I'm Bubba the Love Sponge.
Bubba the Love Sponge.
Yeah, and I got a food review on YouTube channel, and we got 100,000 subscribers, and you're gonna be on tomorrow.
She's got some pretty big jugs too.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
We're gonna review this sandwich, okay? Okay. And it's if you scan that.
Hey, for this location, Brian, this is the A crew. I'm telling you that right now.
Yeah.
Like this is the best they got. I mean, I got through, no problems. Everybody's happy, no attitudes. Both people are pretty cute.
No one's calling the police.
I mean, this is a win for this location.
QR code. It'll take you right to my YouTube channel. It's at the Bubba Army. All right.
Okay, Bubba Army.
You were really good. Thank you. Bye now.
All right, so there you go.
Perfect.
Look how happy you are. I want to see you just take one bite.
No, Anna, no. I can't get that.
But that's
the payoff.
But that's, to her, that's sexual. Like, she has sexualized fat people eating.
Whoa, I didn't say that.
That was 100% what you've done.
That was Brian. I'll watch anyone eat, and Bubba is not a fat guy.
I don't think Brian was initially going after Bubba.
I wasn't going after Bubba there.
Yeah, I didn't take it as if she was going after me. I was taking it more that you really are into watching fat people eat.
I'm not just watching anybody eat. I like watching anyone
But
eat.
I think that
It's
you
so
are.
weird.
Yeah, I know it's weird, but I'm not alone.
Hold on, but I think
you should be alone.
But I think
forever.
But I think that it's even a little bit hotter for you if you were to be truly honest.
Yeah.
That fat people eating, it takes your loving of watching people eating to a next level.
Can I tell you the truth? That's actually not the case. It's the people that I like watching eat the most are actually, I know this is weird, but it's a thing, people who just compete in a bodybuilding show, male or female, and they are starving.
You are weird.
And they haven't had like a drop of sugar in 8 or 9 months. And then they have like a donut and they just lose it.
No, but when they do lose it, what happens? Like, is her body just does her body lock down, or are you saying they just go
really
crazy because they're so
No,
Actually,
she loves it. She has such an unhealthy relationship with food.
Yeah, that's not a secret.
Yeah, and that's what she loves about it is that these incredibly healthy, disciplined people.
They're not healthy. By the way. They're lean.
These incredibly disciplined people are doing what she would like to do, which is stuff her face full of bad food.
Well, here's the thing. I think it's like a mirror neuron firing thing. Are you familiar with this concept? When you watch someone enjoying something, it's like in your brain, it's like you're enjoying it yourself. So you get some sort of like secondary dopamine hit from watching them do
Except
it.
you watch us enjoy talking about sports, and it does not impact you in the slightest.
Well, no, because I don't care about sports,
Right,
but I do want to eat a donut.
But the connection there is not watching somebody do something that's bringing them joy. It's watching somebody do something that's bringing them joy that would also bring you joy.
Well, obviously, I thought that was implied.
No, it wasn't implied.
Okay, well, it should have been.
Like, you could get pleasure watching people just have pleasure, even if that wasn't the pleasure that you would be seeing.
It's watching something that I myself want to engage in.
Right. You would
Which
love
is
to
not
stuff
going
your
to
face full of
Do you watch
terrible
people
food.
eat steaks?
No.
Like, does that offend you?
It's literally
Like-
what Brian said, stuff that I would like to eat. I don't want to watch someone, eat a bunch of fried chicken. It's usually like sweet stuff.
So my second encounter, which I don't know when we're going to release this, is so Lummy. Earlier that day, I went over to the 7-Eleven and got $100 worth of scratch offs because I was like, listen, if I'm going to tape me doing a food review, if I see a homeless person, I might as well just knock this content out all in one day.
1-2 punch.
Right. So boom. And so I'm constantly going to be having these lotto tickets with me, scratching with the homies, and that's what we're calling it, scratching with the homies. And let me, it is WIT and DA, scratching with the homies.
It's awesome.
And it's where I take scratch off tickets to homeless people, and let them whatever they win, they win. And you allow me to ask you some questions about your homelessness and your life and how you're doing and how you got to this point and stuff like that. So I met this dude yesterday. And so hold on.
The homeless people, but we got a new series called Scratching Off with the Homies. And you'll figure it out. You'll figure it out.
I think I need to be careful, Lummy, just rolling up on a homeless guy.
Yeah.
So I think I might need to maybe change it up a little bit.
Coming out of a beat up Crown Vic with a farmer's hat on.
Now look at this, Lummy. This guy's got a setup here.
I saw him out there the other day.
was.
Yeah.
He hangs out by your office too.
Yeah.
My name is Bubba. Yeah. And I do a series on YouTube where I give homeless people whatever lottery tickets, and we film them in whatever they're brand new. I just got them.
I don't do the lottery.
Oh, but whatever you win, you keep.
You good?
It's. I mean, there could be.
I know it.
But you don't want to do it.
You Bubba the Love Sponge?
Yeah.
Hold on. So like this what blows me away.
He was getting stiff there.
But this what blows. Like I got recognized.
He's a P1.
You Bubba the Love Sponge?
Yeah.
I heard of you.
You know me?
I heard of you.
He won't shake my hand.
He does not like you, dude.
I think you're right.
No.
Yeah. Watch.
I heard of you is not. I'm a fan.
I've heard of you on the radio.
All right, Bubba.
You need something? What can I do for you? Since
I won't take them, huh?
Since you want them, how about?
I'm trying to get me somewhere to stay so I can ever use some donations.
All right.
Financial donations.
All right. You need some money?
Yeah, that'd be a blessing.
All right. Well, since you recognize me, I'm gonna go back and get you some money.
Oh.
Since you don't like lotto tickets.
No, I don't play them.
I'm gonna go back and get you some money.
Praise the Lord.
Hold on. Just stay right here. Talk to my girl Erica.
Praise the Lord.
Leave my girlfriend with the homeless guy.
Boyfriend of the year.
Content before safety.
Used to be Hogan. Now it's a homeless guy.
Yeah, it's a homeless guy who loves Jesus.
Who loves Jesus, who won't even play lotto with me.
I gotta go up to my office.
And wouldn't shake my hand until he heard me say that I was going back to get him some car.
Oh, yeah.
Go back to my car to get him some money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here, you just hang out with my hot, big-breasted, tiny little petite girlfriend.
106-pound soaking wet bitch. Why go back?
106 pound and 40 of it is tits.
You can't say that.
Oh, I'm sorry.
You can, but you're not. A lot of people don't like it. So.
Oh, who's the what?
Yeah, there's two words. There's two words you can technically say. The FCC's made rulings on them, and you can say it.
Yeah, that was.
But just a lot of.
You've always dumped Dan every time he says
I've dumped. I just. It's is as his. You can say that as long as you're not talking about somebody's body part.
Physical, yeah.
And the top by top sops.
Mm-hmm.
But it's better to err on the side of caution. And I think calling those, something other than that is so much more funnier. Like, Silk and Milk is, and jugs, and, milk dispensers and things like that, I think are far more funny and yeah, better than teas, because teas it's borderline. It really is. A lot of program directors don't like that on their airwaves. So the old Bubba would have continued to say that, and the new Bubba says, "Hey Brian, let's take that one out of our repertoire."
Got it.
No problem.
That arrow's out of my quiver.
Thank you. So Lummy, I got that. I don't know when that might go up tomorrow. Maybe we'll put scratching with the homies.
Nice.
Up tomorrow if Rhett can thumb it up and flip it up and do some cool.
Do you want to change to "the homies" though? Because on the description there, the title of it said "the homies."
Yeah, we need to change it to scratching wit, WIT, duh, DA, homies, HOMIES. I mean, do you guys agree?
Yes.
Can we agree on that one?
Yes.
Scratching with duh, homies. Go to our YouTube channel for all of this nonsense. At the Bubba Army. Brian, did you hear your parody song?
I don't think I did.
You didn't?
When did you play it?
Oh,
the last 2 days.
I've played it.
The last 2 days since
I've played it a few different times.
I mean, I've caught parts of the show. I've caught parts of the shows the last few days. That's how I knew what was going on with the whole Ronnie wedding fiasco,
we'll
and
play,
you not wanting Alex on and all of that.
We'll play your new pair. Who was it? Dark Match Steve.
Dark Match Steve.
Dark Match Steve has a new Brian Patron. This might be your. Have you ever had one?
Not a full on dedicated to me song. I've caught
mentioned.
shrapnel in other songs. Yeah,
Been referenced.
Yeah.
Well, you have your full blown new one.
Oh, I'm
It's all
excited to
about
hear
you.
it.
We'll do an act.
Things don't change. I'm bound to be arrested.
Hey, don't overthink the process.
What are those idiots doing?
Something idiotic.
More of the Bubba the Love Sponge show after this.
Yeah.
Congrats,
I'm just like,
Thank you, Lummy. Finally hit the big time.
You got your own song now.
what's this big old box doing here?
That's what I asked when you walked in.
touch it and upset
Hey-o.
Uh-oh. Follow.
Oh, time to break the fast.
Who do you hate?
Breakfast.
Me or Dan?
Dude,
Dan
really
provides
like you.
services to you. Dan is such the not type of person that you would ever like in your life. So that's what's so funny about that for me. Personality-wise, the way that overall.
So I don't think that's necessarily true. He's not someone that, like I would typically have as a friend, but there's a lot of qualities in Dan that I really like.
Yeah, intelligence right out of the gate, sure.
Honestly, that's secondary to the fact that like he's such an esteemed individual, but he's like a kid. Like he just wants to play like shirtless on a pogo stick. Like that was my first interaction of Dan or introduction to Dan.
Yeah.
He just is like this big kid. He just wants to drive fast in his car and like do crazy shit. And I like the fact that he's just, his brothers are always trying to like pull him back because he's just like this big kid that can't be tamed. I just find that, it's his whimsical nature I find the most endearing.
It's whimsy. It's so funny though, because if you picked any adjective to describe Dan, it would never be whimsical. Like,
Yeah.
like
Well,
nobody in the world would say Dan's whimsical.
Well, he fucking is.
I understand what you're saying, and you make a very good point. I just don't think if you polled 100 people and said one adjective that describes Dan that you find endearing, nobody's saying he's one of cool.
Yeah, well, I mean, I guess when he saves your life, you should probably go with that first.
Well,
like he saved me from dying of COVID. All right, that first.
Teammate Kamaya, I've been watching.
I just think it's an unusual pairing. Like usually people like that take themselves very seriously, and I find that endearing.
Yeah, there's some that do, there's some that don't. Like
at least the ones that I've interacted
like
with.
personally, yeah.
They take themselves very
if you get
seriously.
eccentric billionaires, you know, there's.
I mean, I don't know many.
Richard Branson. I mean, I don't personally know him.
Yeah.
You know, but he seems like the type that would be Dan if Dan was worth billions of dollars. You know, having breakfast on the top of a hot air balloon type of thing.
Yeah.
You know, those types of stunts.
Yeah.
You know, his cruise was all about his birthday party on the cruise ship, the cruise line that he owns. You know, that would be, I would say that Dan would have that kind of Branson vibe.
3 years and 3 months.
Yeah, I honestly don't know.
Oh, Richard Branson's fascinating.
I know who he is, I just don't know like much about him.
Yeah. No, like you should look into him. He's not like a recluse or anything. He's,
I know he's like virgin.
Yeah, I mean, he's out. He puts himself out.
Goes to space.
Yeah.
I get it.
Coordinator for Trinity, or what the hell it was called. And
I was going to be done. Because, because Shador was going to be done.
Say my name on it or something?
Right.
Are you taunting me with this?
Every
You know
day
what
he
he's
did a whole
doing.
analysis of
I got to late they make. I got to
Hit the head real quick.
headshots.
like I had to ask this question.
Yeah, Big Gator, good
I mean,
morning.
now that I look back at it, at the facilities, and I see where you live, and I see where your office and the backdrop of your office has the
What is a
mountains.
smoke
and
show?
it's
God bless you.
First got in there
For not changing your
Are you
name all
getting
these
all
years.
I might have been so flat commercials.
half the time.
Alright,
Other
so
than your
hello,
Jackson State, there
Gito.
was not any bad blood or anything like that. But he's the big dog down there, and
Bert?
I mean the big dog. And
Baccarat?
like,
I don't
you
know what
and
the
Nick
fuck
become
that
friends
is.
with the Aflac endorsement.
That's my guy. I look forward to that every year because I can't wait to get there so I could just.
I got this big old box right next to me that's been half open. Is it for me? Oh no, it's fucking sticky.
Every suit I've ever had in my life, he's done. I've never had another suit.
Why would you do that to me?
After the
box
Aflac
here.
commercials and stuff, I know that when you were at Jackson State,
Yeah, big dog,
there was
thank
not,
you.
any
I do like it because I need to wipe my
but,
butt.
he's the big dog down there.
Charmin Ultra
And,
Gentle
I
Toilet
mean,
Paper.
the big dog. And, like, I had to
18
ask
Meg
this
rolls.
question.
Thank you, Scout Miggle. It's Ultra Gentle. For my Ultra.
Did you open your package? You weren't supposed to.
Huh?
We're supposed to wait for him for the air. But you just ripped it the fuck open, didn't
It
you?
was already open. It was already open.
Lummy? Yes,
Lummy wasn't in the room. He didn't see nothing.
Who opened it?
I mean, I peeled back the flaps, but they were already untaped.
You're very package aggressive.
Sorry.
When we have packages, we're supposed to open
it's pretty
them.
I was looking for a name. I was looking for a name.
Yeah.
I was just looking for a name. Sorry.
Right, whatever, sure.
What a shitty gift.
What?
You be grateful for everything we get. I
You'll-
need to write where my butt with this.
It's the joke.
Oh, yeah.
You dummy.
It's toilet paper, right?
It's toilet
I figured
paper.
that out. He says it should.
She's so dumb sometimes.
And aggressive.
God, yeah.
Yes.
The funniest part is when she is dumb, she has those aggressive moments. Like she highlights it
Yeah.
and amplifies
Sometimes
it.
that happens.
Yeah. Good morning, everybody. Felix, how you doing?
What's up, Felix? Lil Wilbur.
Here's your new song coming up.
Coming right up.
Excited to hear it. Here we go.
He doesn't care about opinion polls and research studies.
Oh, I feel safer already.
He's more concerned about getting a hot porn star for a mix-in with his wife.
Okay, good, because I want to have sex.
You're listening to the Bubba the Love Sponge
Right,
Show.
you don't recognize. You just keep getting these hacky, schwarmy. Put toothy in there too. Toothy.
mess up everything, piss everybody off, and then come in and bring me beef jerky and think everything's gonna be okay.
Brian hadn't heard his parody song.
That's a timpani. That was
pretty well written. Big wags in your grill with some strobes in your four ways. Yeah, hell yeah.
Let's do it.
Hell yeah.
Brian, did you see where we actually got a little bit of credit from the Tampa Bay Times?
I saw that article, and they used you, actually.
They actually used me. They quoted me correctly. Now, I wish they would have taken
but they used you because that was probably their most discussed and liked post in months.
Oh, really?
Oh, absolutely.
And you know what the thing about it is? I had a guy over there, Chris Spada, who's a writer, and he said that like the 1 year that they did the Where Is He Now? Remember the front page, Where Is He Now?
Yeah.
It was like the third most viewed article of the year. He's like, but you equal, like in the news business, coverage about you equals clicks. So you're right. They used my interview and my inside to basically harvest clicks.
Well, just look at Joey Knight's Twitter account. Okay, he's the reporter that reported on you reporting on something.
I think he's head of the USF.
He does well at this point now. It's like everything. You know,
I know. It's just
he's forced to do it all.
That's what he was.
Yeah. And if you look at this particular post he made versus every other one, I'm saying it's like 20 times the interaction that he normally gets.
Right. Well, it's too bad. See, I mean, wouldn't that resonate as if we were on a big, sexy radio station in town? Wouldn't that resonate? Like just how the scoops and the people that we know and just the brand in itself, don't they understand that we would just be killing it? It's okay to use me when I get a scoop, but it's not okay to prop me up and let me have a full-time stage. Is it not right? Kind of like, you know, whatever.
That is correct.
Whatever. But we did get, I mean, nobody's asked him that question. And Brian, I'll tell you, it completely leads to, and I was told this from very good sources. And nobody's reported on this because Dion probably wouldn't verify that. But the reason why he didn't go to USF, the final straw that broke the camel's back in him not going, they were in the money. Let me play it. He'll tell you they were in the money. Like it's from his mouth.
Out every day is ridiculous.
Coach, was when you came to Tampa and it was between, and I had to ask this question, Colorado, USF. I mean, now that I look back at it, at the facilities, and I see where you live, and I see where your office, and the backdrop of your office has the mountains, and it's just so beautiful. And USF has got this. They're working on getting a good facility, but Colorado. So, and Brian, I didn't even frame it like positively. I framed it negative, and he took my negativity and really polished it up. Like I kind of was taking a shiz on the USF. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. They're working on their facilities.
And he very much corrected me. And, I mean, so that shows you what it validates how much in the running they were. He corrects me and says, no, they got some unbelievable things happening there.
And the fact that they brought Derek Brooks in to that mix to try and get him, because his daughter, I believe, plays for the USF softball team.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
it's Derek Brooks.
It's Derek Brooks. He's been involved with USF, but he's even more so now that his daughter's a student athlete at the university.
And I think he played. Did he play with Dion? He
never played
at FSU. Was he a little bit after Dion?
I think he may have been.
He may. I think
a couple years after.
I think Dion was. I
think Dion might have been a senior, and he might have been a freshman. Yeah,
I think he was a freshman then.
But he played with him in the league for how many years? And here's the deal: whether you're a Detroit Lions fan, or you're a New England Patriots fan, or a Packer fan, or a Bear fan, or a Denver fan, I don't know of one person that ever would say, a player or even a fan, that would say a disrespectful word about Derek Brooks.
Nope.
He's one of the class acts ever to be in professional football, let alone a Buck. He's probably, I know Leroy Selman because he was, the first Hall of Famer we ever had, and he's kind of was maybe the face of the franchise. Tom Brady was the face of the franchise when he came here for the however many years for obvious reasons, and we've had different faces of franchises, but the all-time probably most liked, if you throw in likability, you throw in what you did in the league statistics, you throw in how good you are. Derek Brooks might be the greatest Buck ever to play.
And
game.
I think he had the greatest Buccaneers commercial of all time back in the day, the Boys and Girls Club one when they're all on the bus.
Yeah,
and because it's not him at all, it's not his ego or anything, but he's making them, sing the song. Who's our favorite football player? And all the kids are like, Mr. Derek Brooks.
He's just.
And he has a big smile.
He's
He's like.
I've never heard a person speak illy of Derek Brooks. Player, fan, coach, just broadcaster. He's just absolutely the classiest of acts.
I mean, the Brooks DeBartolo school that they created to help kids.
He has his own school, and guess what? It doesn't have a football team.
No.
Like that's how dedicated he is, to doing the right thing. Oh, hold on here. Is this the Derek
United
Brooks?
Way? Yeah. I wasn't sure if it was
This is Derek Brooks of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. He supports the United Way. He has a way with kids.
Okay. Who wants to sing my favorite song? Good.
Who's my favorite player? Mr. Derek Brooks. 153 tackles, 36 assists, 2 times All-Pro.
How many?
3 times All-Pro.
Better. Let's start again.
Who's our favorite player?
Good.
He's just such a class
The
act.
kids are so not into it. It's so funny.
All right, so here this validates, so I'm setting it up even negatively, like saying why would you want to go to USF? Man, their facilities are 2 or 3 years away. Basically, and Dion sets me straight. Full one, USF has got this. They're working on getting a good facility, but Colorado State was just turnkey. I mean, I met Colorado, not Colorado State. I know, it was a little bit of a mess. He knew. USF ever in the running at all, Coach?
Oh, for certain. Oh, definitely. I mean, those guys that came down to meet with us, along with Derek Brooks, they did a fantastic job of really highlighting the program, and it was awesome. So most definitely, that was no game. That was real. That was authentic. And the plans that they showed me on what's coming there, it's unbelievable. Like the campus and the new stadium, how that's going to be.
Yeah, and you know what? Hey, Brian, USF's messing up on? They should get a hold of me and said, how much can we buy or lease that footage of him telling you how unbelievable our facility is going to be, and then use that as an advertising piece, saying, you know what, the hottest coach in America saw our plans for our new deal, and this is what he said. Am I not right?
Yeah.
I mean, is he not the hottest? Is he not the hottest coach in the world right now?
His Q score is through the roof right now.
Right.
And, I mean, so first, Colorado State, the most watched ESPN football game of all time in a 10 o'clock Eastern time slot. That is insanity.
Did ESPN just completely screw the pooch on having it, one, that late, and two, not even having their number one team, their Herb Street and the number one broadcast team?
Nope. They didn't screw anything. They didn't screw anything.
All right.
Because they got 11.4 million people to tune in to it. That's NBA Finals numbers. That is insane for an unranked Colorado State against Colorado. That is insanity.
Fifth most watched college football game of all time.
It's insanity. And Colorado, just for the first time ever in their school's history, sold out every single home game this year.
Well, I read an article last week where just based on this year's season ticket sales and apparel, the Dion's already paid for his 5-year contract in full, and they have an influx of money now where they're starting a D1 baseball program. They're the only Pac-12 school that doesn't have boys baseball or women's softball. So because of the influx of what the football team has made, they now are offering, starting next year or the year after, D1 baseball and D1 softball.
Yeah, if I was USF, I would have offered him $8 million a year, knowing that money's coming back.
Yeah, now hold on.
Knowing that money's coming back.
But he didn't go. Hold on. He didn't go to USF, and I know this for a fact. We're going somewhere with this, and that is because he demands total football control. That is part of his contract.
Jordan.
I have total football control from the shoes we wear to the deals. I don't answer to anybody at all. I have total. Remember when Bill Parcells and some of those guys in I think Belichick has it in New England.
GM control.
I think there's been some. I think what Bill Walsh probably had it. Brian, over the years, there's been some of these
Parcells,
yeah.
Who was the guy from the Packers that went to the Seahawks?
Mike Holmgren.
Yeah, he had it.
Yeah, he had it. Total football control. And that's what Deion wants, and he will not, that's what he demands. And USF, I actually think might have been the first choice, but they balked the athletic director and president, the new female president and the athletic director balked at the total football control. And look at him now.
Yep.
I mean, look,
First of all, USF would have rolled Alabama this past weekend if Deion was our coach.
If Deion would have brought in the 85 guys that he brought in.
Are you kidding? They didn't even bring in two of his best freaking players.
Came from USF.
So Jimmy Horn Jr. and Xavier Weaver.
But what I'm saying is that Colorado team, if that Colorado team was this year's USF team, they might be 3-0 and having
not might, no might about it.
All right, they'd be 3-0, and one of those victories would against Alabama.
Not just 3-0, they would almost be at this point a lock for the college football playoff because they would have beaten Bama. They'd be 3-0, and they would be going undefeated. There's nobody in that watered-down American Athletic Conference that was going to compete with Deion and the talent that he would be able to bring.
And so the athletic director and the president and whoever balked at Deion's asking price and his demands should be fired.
Jordan Brock, 25 on the Venmo.
Here we go.
Those guys.
I'm sorry, who was that?
Jordan Brock on the Venmo, 25.
Venmo, Cash App, PayPal at the Bubba Army. It's how we keep this nonsense going.
They came down to meet with us along with Derek Brooks. They did a fantastic job of really highlighting the program, and it was awesome. So most definitely, that was no game. That was real. That was authentic. And the plans that they showed me on what's coming there.
I mean, and Brian, he elaborates. He just doesn't answer the question, very much elaborates. And I'm the only one in America that got this scoop, right?
Yep.
Nobody got this scoop.
Nobody's asked him about it.
Shoot, it's unbelievable. Like the campus and the new stadium, how that's going to be, it is strictly unbelievable.
So they were. I mean, it was. They were in the money.
Yeah, they were in it. They were definitely in it. Because of the location as well and the opportunity to recruit. But I also knew that the three big boys in the state being Florida
State. But he'd overcome that, Brian. I mean, please.
That ain't gonna slow him down.
He already stole.
Took Travis Hunter from Florida State when he was at Jackson State.
Right. So
give me a break.
He's just trying to babyface a little bit here, but he knows that he could pull anybody he wanted from all three of those, and he has.
And the USF would be in the Big 12 this year.
Hold on. What?
Yeah. USF would have moved up to the Big 12.
USF would have gotten. I mean, USF made the biggest mistake ever with not giving him what he wanted.
Yeah. No, I'm serious.
Biggest mistake ever.
And me, Bubba the Love Sponge, the bad guy. Brian, they never cover me because I'm the bad guy. I never get a fair shake because of the bad. The bad guy one of the reasons why you don't like me is because I outscoop you. Mm-hmm. What other radio personality, what other television personality, what other journalist in Tampa, Florida had unabated access to Deion Sanders to ask that question? Nobody.
Miami, they would always use the Power 5 thing against me recruiting and all of that. And it would have been just...
Yeah, but I think you would have had them in a new conference by now. I mean, I think they would have been one of those conference jumpers, having you behind them. Is that true, Brian? He would have been out of that bullcrap conference in a minute.
I think there's a high probability that USF would have gotten scooped up by the Big 12.
Absolutely.
If Deion, if not now, by next season.
Well, so hold on. So Deion rolls in there and just he doesn't jump just because of the hype of Deion. But when he goes undefeated this year, and one of which was Alabama, I think he has his pick of conference. I think
goes.
I think the Big 12's like,
He goes undefeated. USF averages 50,000 fans, butts in the seats per game. With one of the
50,000. I mean, he may sell out Ray J.
Yeah.
If he's undefeated, Deion Sanders sells out Ray J.
Yeah. But let's even just say go conservative. Those are numbers that are good enough to get into the Big 12 at that point. Absolutely.
Coach, a couple more questions. All right, now we got this scoop. Let me get it queued up, Lumby, because nobody asked him this either. Nobody asked him this, and that goes right along the story of this right here. Boom. This was a story that Anna prepared me for. Thank you very much, Anna. This is Nick Saban.
Obviously, it's clear that he is a great marketer and a great motivator, but what have you seen
Nick Saban on Deion Sanders
from Colorado on the field that leads you to believe he's a good football coach?
Oh, yeah. Well, I haven't been able to see him a lot. I saw a little bit of the game last week against Colorado State, but I have a tremendous amount of respect for, Deion Sanders. First, he's a great person, and he's done a great job of marketing the program to create a lot of national interest, but I see their team, playing well on the field. They play with discipline. They do a good job of executing. They've been able.
And again, Nick Saban can look at it far differently than we do. I mean, he can really break it down. He has the ability to break it down far more significant than what the average guy can.
Score points, playing decent on defense. So, all those things to me are indicators.
And again, don't forget, Deion did this with 85 new guys that had never played together. Yeah. Right? Ran out, went to the first meeting at Colorado and said, I want you to get up in the portal. I forget how many guys Lummy stayed, like 8 or 9, but almost the entire team transferred because he wanted them out. And he said, get the hell out.
This week, though, is going to be very telling.
It is. It's going to be telling.
This is where we know, is Colorado contending for Pac-12 championship? Or are they just not quite there yet?
Are they rebuilding?
Are they? Yeah. Are they? 8, but 9-3 from 1-11 would be amazing.
Oh my God! Hold on.
Good coach, and I've always thought, all those things to me are indicators that he's a really good coach, and I've always thought that, and he's always been successful, whether it was Jackson State, high school, or now at Colorado. His teams have always been well coached.
All right, so that's a news piece now that TMZ Sports picked up. Lummy, I have the other side of that.
Yep.
Before that woman asked Nick Saban what he thought about Deion, Bubba Clem. I know that when you were at Jackson State, there was not any bad blood or anything like that, but he's the big dog down there, and the big dog. And have you and Nick become friends with the Aflac endorsement?
Oh, that's my guy. I look forward to that every year because I glean from him. I can't wait to get there so I could just ask him question after question after question. We're on the set for 2 days. Half the time we're sitting around waiting for them to set up a shot. And he has so much knowledge. He's forgotten more than I would ever know when it comes to coaching. So he is the magna cum laude. Like Coach Saban is everything in college football to me as a coach.
Again, Brian, nobody has. Hold on. This isn't even the rebuttal. This is the initial engagement. Right? Nobody's got, Nick, what Nick Saban thinks about Deion. Well, here's what Deion thinks about Nick Saban to answer the question. Everybody in the entire country, I would be remiss if I didn't bring up the 12 and the 2. I mean, oh my, Deion. All right, so anyway, we got into obviously his 2 best players, one of which Travis Hunter. I know that you know sports very, very well, Brian. I can't think, and he's hurt, out for 3 weeks,
lacerated liver,
maybe 2.
Is the report I heard.
But I can't off the top of my head tell you of a guy that played 135 snaps a game.
Yeah,
I can't.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. That's like kicking it back old school to like the 40s in the NFL.
Yeah.
You don't see that anymore. He's the Shohei Ohtani of football.
Yeah, he really is. But didn't they just shut him down?
Well, they cheap shotted him and took him out of the game.
Yeah, 3 to 4 weeks.
I mean, it's he was flapping his jaws a little bit pre-game, but that's what the good players do.
No,
trash
I'm
talk.
talking about the Angel guy.
Oh, he's shut down. He'll.
No, I'm not talking about Travis Hunter. Travis Hunter has got a lacerated liver on what I thought was a cheap
no,
shot.
No, think about it. It was a cheap shot intended to hurt him.
And he did. And now the guy's got death threats, and Deion had to do a press conference yesterday saying, listen, the guy's a good kid. He made a mistake. He was playing aggressive. He was playing good ball. And stop sending him death threats. The guy's getting death threats.
Yeah.
So, you know.
I mean, that's not called for. But no, Ohtani, he's shut it down for the year. He'll be back next year, position player only. He's not going to be a pitcher next year because the arm needs 14 months to really fully heal.
Yeah, so if he doesn't play in the field, they don't have him at all for a whole other year.
And he's a free agent, so he has to bring value to the table. They were, that injury probably cost him $100 million.
Oh, if not more.
Yeah.
Should Brian? I think we should make that Deion. I think Rhett's in the process of making that Deion clip about Nick, so we can get that out because I think it's a rebuttal.
It is.
And TMZ ran with it. Lummy, we need to send it to TMZ, the rebuttal to their article.
Straight, spread it out.
When I come back, remember the hot chick that got thrown off the plane? Well, we thought got thrown off the plane, but she was actually leaving on her own accord.
Yeah.
Well,
she addressed this issue. And initially, I thought she was way hotter when she was more natural.
Honestly, I think just because she was farther away,
exiting the plane, than when she's. I mean, the amount of makeup. It looks like
it's not makeup. That's surgery.
She's Monet. Good from far, but far from good.
No, she's beautiful. If she could just realize that you don't need. I think you're naturally beautiful. You don't need all that makeup.
You don't know what she naturally is because she's had a lot of work done. Her cheeks, her nose, her lips, all that has been enhanced.
How old is she?
No idea. Probably like early 30s, I'd guess.
We'll get into that next.
He got full hot on that deal.
But I'll whoop your ass just like your daddy.
More of the Bubba the Love Sponge show after this.
Yeah, because that's what you've come to attribute that unnatural look with 40, 50-year-old women that are forcing it. And so when you see it on a 20-year-old, that's the connotation.
You look like someone's stepmom.
Yeah.
Even though you're 23.
Yeah. It's, when your only currency is your look, it's a tough life. That's a tough life to live. It's easy early on, but man, is that a diminishing asset. Yeah.
She's definitely in her 30s.
Yeah, you can tell. Well, you can't, but she looks like someone's stepmom.
She's 35.
She was dating
Is she 35?
Shaggy, Britney Spears. Britney Spears is dating a mechanic who probably, hop skipped over the border and is an ex-convict. Did you see this guy?
I don't get too caught up in
well, it's just ridiculous,
dating
is
world.
what
Yeah,
it is.
yeah.
Is like he's an ex-convict who looks like a mechanic.
I mean, she's not quite a catch anymore.
But she's still like Britney Spears.
Yeah, she's still Britney Spears, but
The Instagram girls model her hobbies traveling.
of course, with rich men.
Yeah. Famous for appearing on TV.
Appearing on what TV?
Yeah, I don't know.
That's pretty vague.
Hold on.
Lummy, did we lose our Facebook post? Live feed?
You might just have to refresh it.
Yeah, we lost all of them at one point. At the very beginning of the segment, right after we came back from the song,
I just can't have these fucking. I can't have this.
Rumble's back up.
You know what I'm saying? Lummy, I cannot have this. I can't fucking have this. And this is just horrible for business.
We're back up on both platforms that I'm looking at.
So Lummy, I thought we were getting the Spectrum back up, Willie. So this shit doesn't fucking happen.
Well, this isn't the internet.
It's a computer issue.
Okay.
Not happy.
I thought we were. We're still sending it out individually. We're supposed to be sending it to one place that takes it and sends it, correct? And we're not doing that yet, correct?
Correct.
Right. Well, why aren't we?
I do not know.
Well, will you look and ask why we're not doing that?
Yes, I
Because they're ready for us. You guys took it to Toral, didn't you?
Yes, we did.
All right. So what's stopping us from doing it?
I'm asking Macho right now.
Fuck.
Even your computers don't like me on Thursdays.
That's okay. I want to get that done. Where we sit into fucking.
Yeah, those guys.
Facebook's still not up.
Yeah, my mom
Hear
just
him
texted me
screaming.
and said Facebook's not up.
I hear him screaming.
What the hell are you doing?
Strap yourself in. The emotional roller coaster is about to start.
We will give nothing back to the academic community, as well as provide no public service of any kind.
I promise you. Now back to the Bubba the Love Sponge show.
What do you got so far? You got Bob Cook.
Mitch the Mark, Wizzy.
And just fine. Yeah, we got our regulars. Yeah. The only one that's no longer a regular is Florida Stanley.
Oh.
Son of a bitch. Guess what?
What?
Florida Stanley's dead to me.
I'm sorry. So very, very sorry that I stooped to near troll level and besmirched your name and integrity. I acted like a buffoon, a dolt, a wedge if you will, and I will correct myself immediately.
I thought you were in that cat. Why would you talk to me like that?
I'm sorry that I said you talk out of your ass. We all know the only thing that hears you talk out of that ass is Dion's tub drain. Oh, sorry.
Bet I can whip your fucking ass, you little 110-pound fucking.
I'm sorry I said you couldn't whoop anyone's ass. You would whoop my 110-pound fucking ass.
And I probably can't whip anybody's ass. You don't have to fucking bring it up. I mean, I am. I'm the god of the Bubba Army.
Well, you are Bubba.
Right. The brand is Bubba
Stanley Army.
I'm sorry. I was on vacation, maybe on shrooms, and made a dumb post on Facebook. Maybe Macho Man will see me as a chipmunk instead of a weasel if he was on the same shrooms I was, while making that post. Anna, thank you for defending me. I love you for that. I was not sober while making that post. Although not an excuse, nonetheless. Well, first one of the day.
Stanley the Cyber, $100. Love you, Papa.
It's all about money for you. Sometimes it's not about money in life. Sometimes you heard me.
Even though I've only donated $3,291.57 over the last 365 days.
Not you. Not you.
I'm willing to still give so much more because I love my dear, cult-leading, arm striation having, salt of the earth man, Bubba the Love Sponge, who could whip my ass any day of the week.
Hold on.
Can you please ever forgive me for what I've done? I promise you won't get any more calls about guns from Chief Sheriff Carmine.
I mean, I'm not trying to bitch or nothing, but we've got to get that handled. That's part of it. I think
we're
that's
waiting on Stream Guys.
What?
We're waiting on Stream Guys. They have to set up their end of the output for us. They don't have anything set up for us to output our feed to yet, so that's what the holdup is.
Oh,
as soon
I
as
thought
they
it was
do that,
us.
and as soon as they finish setting that up, we can start doing the
I
one
was
stream.
told it was us.
I think that's where the miscommunication was earlier in the week.
But when we go down, it just sucks.
It does.
And I know that we're doing everything to remedy that as far as having a backup Spectrum Willie, which still's not done. And then a single distribution point. So we're working on our problems, everybody, please. Hello?
Yes, sir. Bubba.
Yeah.
Did you see who vowed that they would join Deion Sanders' coaching staff next year?
Yeah, Warren Sapp's supposed to join Deion's and be defensive line coach for Colorado next year.
Jumping on that bandwagon.
Yeah, that's going to be something else there. How's Warren and Dion going to get along?
Well, I think Warren knows how to play the game, and realizes that Dion puts up with no bull crap, and he'll play the game. I think Warren doesn't have a lot going for himself right now. I think he's doing fishing charters and stuff like that. By what I can see.
Yes.
And having probably a $100,000 to $150,000 cush job would suit Warren well right now. I mean that's probably Brian. That's probably what it pays to be the defensive line coach for. That's probably what an assistant coach.
Little more.
Yeah,
little more. Probably closer to 200,000 these days.
For defensive lineman coach.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For a position coach at a P5 school.
Yeah.
Probably somewhere in the 175 to 200,000.
So you get you a nice little apartment in Boulder, right? And you can live on 225 all day, no big deal, and have a nice car.
The strength and conditioning guy at Alabama gets $1 million a year.
Yeah, I mean there's some crazy assistant salaries out there. Really, there are.
Yeah,
yes, they are.
All right, buddy.
Okay, well, I appreciate you taking my call.
Appreciate you calling me. Thank you. Appreciate you.
Yeah, it looks like defensive line coach makes about 250 to 275.
Yeah, I was even low. Yeah, it's gone way up the last 5 years.
Yeah, call it 300. Call it 300 when you're call it 300 when you're Warren Sapp, Hall of Famer.
5 years ago it was like 100 to 150.
That's what I was thinking.
And it's up to $300,000 now on average.
And let's not forget, Dion's got this thing called Total Football Control.
Yeah.
So like the AD, I'm sure he's given a budget, Brian.
He's got a $5 million budget for his assistants.
$5 million.
Yep.
Yeah, there you go. He'll just nothing but numbers.
Yeah.
Here's he'll just nothing but numbers.
Hold on.
Here's this.
You already said that.
Just nothing but numbers. I had to reboot us, which caused us to relive us. I still don't think we're on Facebook, but oh well.
No, we're not. I'm sorry.
Facebook just.
That was kind of what was blowing us up.
Does it take like more
bandwidth?
It takes more bandwidth, more RAM to put us out on more than 3 platforms.
Right. But it works sometimes and it doesn't work others.
Maybe Jerry.
Yeah. I mean, we had a hiccup with the computer at the end of the day yesterday, so I'm sure it's a combination of a few things. But as of today, that was just kind of
that little wiener dog back there chewing on the wires.
Probably.
Yeah. Let's go ahead and be the degenerates that we are.
Oh, perfect.
By the way, 1-888 admit it if you have a gambling problem. Obviously, I don't have a gambling problem because I've taken $20,000 and turned it into $109,000. Go to mybookie.com. Make sure you use promo code Bubba. And boy, I mean, yes, we've kind of super niched ourselves into this into the listen. When you go to mybookie.com, you can virtually bet on anything.
Yes.
Any football game, any college game, any pro baseball game. I mean, like if it's a game and you're playing, you can probably bet on it. And you got prop bets, money line, parlays, teasers, a spread. However way you want to slice whatever particular thing you want to bet on.
Yes.
My bookie's got it all. Then they got a whole casino part of it too, a live casino. And then a game-generated casino. We go to the game-generated casino. Our particular niche, Lummy, is single-hand blackjack.
Yep.
That's what we've played.
Single hand, single deck.
It's what I meant.
Yeah.
So single hand.
Couldn't you play 2 hands on a single deck?
I can play all. I have played all 5, but Sumo says that you are decreasing your odds of winning by about 1.5% to 2% for every hand that you have out after 1. Did you know that?
But if you're counting cards in a single deck, you're seeing 2, 4, 6, 8, 9 of the cards. You can get a count. You can
get a count faster. You need Dr. Dan.
Sumo says that for every hand that you hold after your first, you're decreasing yourself by almost 2% to win because there's that much more volatility. Let's not, Brian. Let's not rethink.
He may be right.
Well, he's got to be right.
Yeah.
Because look, I mean, okay, I'm doing something right.
Your fake money.
Shut up, Anna. Tired of your big mouth.
I haven't said anything in like an hour.
Good. Let's keep it that way.
And then you come in with negativity.
Yeah.
Wouldn't want to lose your fake money.
Yeah.
I'm just keeping it real.
No, you're not keeping it real.
Keeping it real by calling you fake.
Mybookie.com, promo code Bubba. Listen, us guys enjoy this, Anna.
Okay.
You don't. We don't enjoy the fact that you don't enjoy this. and don't appreciate how cool we are, knowing how to do this.
You.
Here we go. 14. Oh, showing a 4.
Ugh, you're gonna stand.
I know you got to stand, but I don't wanna.
No,
but you got to stand. So hope that he busts. There he goes. He busted.
Woohoo!
Boom! Look at that. We're going right. Well, we only bet 5,000. That's all we do.
Yep.
Oh,
Yeah.
double.
Double down.
Double.
Let me audibly tell everybody. So we come up with a 7 and a 3. The house has an 8 showing, so you're assuming it's 18. We got 10, so we're straight doubling down, which takes this $5,000 bet to a $10,000 Willie right now. Boom! But you only get one card.
There we go.
Oh,
We got
there
it.
you go.
Boom, shakalaka.
Man, oh Brian, I mean that's hookers and blows all night long, is it not?
That is, yep.
That's hookers and blow all night long.
You should already have one on your arm at this point if you're rolling in there with $120,000 on the table.
Now listen, because the entire casino starts notice. Like if you had 119,000.
On the main floor, you're not in like the high roller area. Yeah, everybody's noticing all those purple and orange chips that you're playing with.
You might want to get security.
These towers that you're creating, right? Of purple and black and
yellow chips. The off-color chips.
Right. The ones the chips that you haven't seen all weekend. Right.
They would probably escort you to the
the
high
if you're up to you started with 20. And you're at 119. We're at 100. I mean, we're up to 100. Even if we lose this hand, we're still at 120.
Yep.
119. I think Brian, I'm showing a 16.
You're going to stand here.
They're
you
showing
have
a 3.
choice.
We're going to stand. Boom, 12.
But you would have lost either way, even if you hit.
That's all right. All right, now we're down to. All right, 16. They're showing a 6. You stand on this. Boy, some crappy cards too.
They started coming out bad. That's not good.
Yeah.
Oh, we're down. See,
we're still up 5,000.
You got a problem with gambling? 1-888-ADMIT IT. Otherwise, go to mybookie.com and use Bubba as your promo code, like I am right now, laying down 5 G's at a time. Oh, I'd like to. They're not giving me the double down option.
A 12 against a 5, you can't double.
But you got to hit.
Yeah.
There's hardly anything that hurts you.
Well, any face card kills you.
Yeah.
Oh, but
all right,
there you go.
Now you're standing.
I got an 18.
Which is good because that might have been his 21 card.
You're right.
Yep, we'll
that
see.
probably was his 21 card.
Yep, but he still lost.
Man. We're on a low. We're down to 104. We're down to 104,000. This is a stand. I got an 18. They're showing a 19. If they flip a 10, I'm done. We push.
That's a good push. That's a win push.
Yeah.
That's a win push. You were behind.
All right, 5 or 15. They're showing 10.
All right, you playing a regular hit.
You just hit, right? Because you still could be 5. Now we're 15.
Now you got to hit again.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh boy. There we go.
Are you okay?
Now you're standing and you're hoping he has a 6 or a 7.
Oh, tip 20.
And it's a 20.
Man, we're not doing so good. Might be time to go to break.
Yeah. Wow.
Oh, man.
It's a cold. We're cold, Bubba. We're cold.
We're cold, and you got to stand on that too.
You got 5.
I think it's time that we.
Now
reset
we're
the
at
deck.
99.
Now this is where I would do 2 hands to break up the cards.
All right, hold on.
Oh boy.
Oh, they wouldn't let me. I thought I was gonna do 5.
Oh, no. Oh no. Stand.
Hold on. Stand on that.
14 versus a 2.
Yeah. Lummy, do you stand on that? Do you hit that?
I think the high cards have been coming. I think you hit it.
Brian, you say?
I'll go with Lummy.
I know you'll go with them, but what would you be doing if
the book says that you would stand here unless you have a really good count on the deck.
So the book says stand.
Yeah.
Lummy says hit.
Yep, hit. Let's go with Lummy. Oh no. They would have won. You would have lost either way.
Well, no, we wouldn't.
They would have had 18.
Yeah, we would have lost.
They would have had 18, and you would have had 14.
Yeah.
You were damned if you did, damned if you didn't.
I think we're an 0-6 streak right now.
Oh my God!
But you didn't play 2 hands.
Are these not the worst cards we've ever gotten, Brian?
It's always when I'm here.
Yeah, we're.
It is.
It's bad luck.
You're like $40,000 down when I'm here.
Lummy hit or stand? I mean,
I stand.
Oh, now you stand.
Yeah. Look at all those low cards.
Wow.
Okay, this is awful. What a swing.
What a bad streak.
I was like 2 and 8.
We started out so good with a win and then a double down win. and then it was like 6 in a row.
We're down to 89. We lost like $30,000.
Well, 30 from the high mark, but you started at what, 109?
Yeah.
So you lost 20 grand.
Oh, that's it.
888 at minute. If you got a problem, I might be dialing them up.
He's like, my problem is this toothy, smarmy little guy who comes in here and brings bad luck every show. I admit I have a problem. It's called babyface.
Yeah.
Whoa, hold the phone. Was that horizon broad enough for you?
Oh, my apologies.
More of the Bubba the Love Sponge show after this.
That was the swing. We could come out $19,000 up.
That's when you get out and you just...
Yeah, you know all those bitches that were gathered around us? They're all left.
15 grand up, yeah.
They said, fuck this, I'm out.
Yeah.
Only thing in here I want to hit is babyface.
No, no calls. I ain't no rat. You ain't call me on a Cohen. I ain't no rat. Shut up, Wiener.
Babyface is a stuffed jalapeno? What does that mean?
It's not good.
It's not. It can't be good.
No.
No. No. I can't
Stuffed
imagine.
of what? Cream cheese?
I don't get it. Like, what does that mean, Donald
Let's
Trump?
see what if you resemble stuffed jalapeno. I have a feeling you might. I'm gonna be like, oh, that looks
Oh yeah, I can see that.
Is he
What the fuck does that
sausage
mean?
stuffed? Is he cream cheese stuffed? Is he pork stuffed? Is he bacon stuffed? Ooh, that looks actually kind of good. That looks actually really delicious. Maybe they're saying you look delicious. Probably not.
I don't think that was it.
Kinda, you have to use jack cheese.
He deleted his post?
Or maybe someone deleted his.
What? That's so weird.
Cream cheese.
Oh no, there it is. It's there.
Jack cheese.
I'm waiting for it.
That actually looks really good.
Yeah, what's the punchline?
I wrote Mike telling him that we need to get that video stuff done for Street Knives.
Yeah.
And I also ordered a router to get us on the Spectrum service just to see if it's better tomorrow. So I'll be able to put us on tomorrow before we start.
Let me know how much that router is.
All right. But I don't know when Boogie's going to be here, so I wanted to just see if that makes it better. We're trying, it's a process of elimination. But yesterday I reseated all the cards inside because the video screens in our room just went dead. Came back up and then the computer was frozen. So hopefully it's not a hardware issue.
Let me know.
Yep.
I'm just over here losing money.
I understand.
We're never gonna get the payoff on why I'm a stuffed jalapeno and why that's either an insult or a compliment.
It's probably an insult, but
It's
I mean,
almost. There's no way it's a compliment.
They look delicious. I mean, I don't know.
Have you ever had a stuffed jalapeno?
I don't think so because they usually have
They're
like,
yummy.
bacon.
No. You can get them with just cream cheese with
I
a
know,
little
but
bit like cheddar and or
Like
or
usually when
jack inside
they're
of it.
on offer for like as like an hors d'oeuvre, they usually have meat in it. But I would certainly eat them. And the only spicy part of the jalapeno is the seeds, right? Or is it also?
Yeah, I
like
mean,
the
if
flesh?
they core it, no, the flesh is just smoky. I mean, it's got a tiny bit of heat to it, but
Yeah.
from the capsaicin. Capsaicin.
You know the spiciest pepper in the world, right?
Carolina Reaper. They
Has
have
1 million trillion score.
they have hybrids that are
Can't
supposedly
fucking
hotter.
move forward, so this big ass dude can't get by you.
Well, I didn't realize there was a camera behind me. I thought he was being funny. I didn't
No.
realize that the space is
I'm like,
normal.
what a fucking asshole.
The space is not normally that limited.
No, it's not. It's alright.
Sorry.
Well, when he did, I was like,
I was like, that's on brand, just being a fucking asshole.
Oh, you do hate me. That's cool.
Yeah, don't hate you. Just jokes, cuz. Anyways, what were you saying about Peppers? Oh, you're over me now.
Trying to get the just jokes, cuz, and then come back real fast with something else.
Well, I thought we could resume conversation, but I was wrong.
Yes, I did hear the new song Dark Match Steve. Amazing work. I love the Steve Harvey reference. Talking about sniping me.
What's up, Jay?
Still a TSO.
2011.
Mummy's a portobello mushroom cap.
Those are good too.
I know. But is it an insult? We don't know.
Well, when they think you're a mushroom cow and an oyster mushroom, and then you're just an eel, that's when things get
And your life went on.
wrong. I was so mad.
Yeah, but just write it off.
No.
Yeah.
No.
You literally have the power to do that.
No. Doesn't mean I want to.
Matthew
It gives me energy.
Morning, Nick. Thanks, Nick. Huh?
Tony Robbins.
You have the ability to let
You have the power.
Yeah.
The power of now. I don't think I know that
Thank
shit.
you, babyface.
That's my nickname, Skippy, is Little Spice. Little Spice.
I can't do it.
8 days a week.
8 rows of teeth. The other funny thing is my mom's favorite pinball.
The following presentation has been closed captioned.
Great visual. I'll make sure of that.
Welcome to the revolution.
It's a remarkable achievement.
His perception becomes your reality.
Check this out.
Bubba the Love Sponge.
Somebody is suggesting that maybe we get the Crown Vic wrapped.
Oh, really?
That's probably far more expensive, don't you think?
Yeah, and it might be easier to change up, if people want to add sponsors to it, you get it painted.
I don't know.
And see how cool it is.
But we'd have to get a place. I mean, we're not paying for it.
Oh, of course not.
We're not paying for the wrap, please. This is the Instagram girl. By the way, today's after show will be. Brian, are you sticking with the after show?
I can probably hang around till 11.
Till 11? Yeah. Perfect. Love to have you. Here's the. This is the Instagram model that got thrown off the plane, or she, I guess, took herself off the plane.
Explains
what
it.
happened on the plane?
Now, let me ask a question. How old is she? How old is she?
35.
35.
But her cheeks, nose, and lips are only about 4 years old.
Yeah, if.
Flight.
She's low resolution hot. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yes, very much
low
so.
resolution hot, but then when you kind of look a little bit deeper, you go, oh, interesting.
Yeah, exactly. You're exactly right.
It's like
Can
a
you say
dark
that
match.
again?
It's like a dark match. His.
Everyone wants answers. I was just living my life. Obviously, things happened, transpired before the cameras.
And the thing about it is, before she probably had all that work done, she's probably pretty cute.
The problem was for her, she was probably just okay, and then in her head, she's got to look hotter and better. And
Well, I mean, is there any? I mean, obviously she's on Instagram. I mean, she went viral. Everybody knows who she is and things like that. I wonder if anybody has any pictures of before she got a bunch of work done.
That's what I'm trying to find.
Role, and we all know that, so I feel like it's very unfair.
Teeth about as fake as you can get. Lips about as fake as you can get.
The lips are fake. The breasts are fake.
The nose is done. The cheeks are done. The chin is done.
Fake eyelashes, makeup.
Yep.
Eyebrows are
But I mean,
microbladed.
if you, I mean,
hair is nice.
Hair's
Hair
on.
could be fake too, but probably not.
Attacking me.
Probably a high dollar, probably like a $2,000 weave. You know, onto the head.
They're
Like,
called extensions.
I know, but they if the real good ones that like Hollywood people get are like a couple $1,000, aren't they?
Probably more than that. Yeah,
Right.
they're very expensive because it's real hair.
They're sewn in.
When I was provoked and reacted, you know.
Would you be flying with American Airline again?
I mean, the lips are just way too much.
I liked American Airlines, but it wasn't their fault. It was the lady next to me. It wasn't the man in the back that you saw screaming. It was the lady next to me. She came.
By the way, love her fingernails though. Do
you like those almonds?
I do like those nails.
Yeah, they're almond shaped.
It was the lady next to me. She came in so hot.
Versus the coffin.
No, but it gives her like she's got a long finger anyway, so it looks. She just has pretty fingers.
Saw screaming.
She's
It
tall.
was the lady next to me. She came in so hot. She had neon blue hair. She was very special, and she just. You're in my seat. You're in my seat.
Is this a Bentley that she's driving? Like, is this a Barbie coordinated blue?
It would be the Bentley SUV that they came out with.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. Let me send me a picture of that. I want to see what kind of car.
Oh, it's a car, man.
I mean, she's obviously making a ton of money, or she's got some sugar daddy.
Yeah.
No, that's your seat. I'm in my seat. I was just looking out the window before she got. So get up. Get up now. Get up now.
She
And I
doesn't
said,
have money because she wasn't flying first class. So
True.
this isn't her car either. I'm willing to bet.
Probably right.
Yep.
I don't know who you think you're talking to, but it won't be me. And she sat down next to me and she got on FaceTime.
This might be a Toro or something like that.
No, it's
You have that app?
whoever she is slamming her is letting her use their car.
Right.
And she's
Or
making
bought her one.
fun of me on FaceTime. And she's like, ah, ha, ha. Yeah, that's what I thought. And I said, Morgan, this is not the flight for you. You are.
No, are you looking for Morgan?
Yeah, I'm trying to find natural pictures.
Yeah, natural.
Missed one
She's
flight. Just get off the
currently
flight
with
because I'm going
Britney Spears'
to knock
ex-husband.
her the fuck out.
Kevin Federline.
hello.
Dump.
Hey,
Sam Ashagi.
I sent you one from a couple years ago. Where
So she's with Sam.
I think so.
Okay. And he by all means is a good-looking man.
Very.
I mean, very
attractive Persian.
Very,
man.
very
and I think
attractive
she might be
man.
Persian as well.
She's from Miami.
Now, see, she looks.
I mean,
She has a Hispanic accent, but who knows?
All right, but this is her before a bunch of the work, and
Very
I think she looks very, very pretty there.
She looks different. Her
She
face
looks
is completely
much
different.
better there than she does now.
Right, she looks much better here. I prefer this look as a man.
What year is this?
Let me
It
say.
says it's from like 2018, 2019.
Oh, really? So it's pretty
It's like 3 or
recent.
4, yeah, so fairly recent.
Now, I'll say
So
she
again,
lost
natural,
a lot of weight.
Yeah, she did, and she may have gotten some bigger boobs. But man, she's a very attractive woman here. This looks like.
I don't think she got bigger boobs. I just think
I
she
just
lost weight, and they're
removed
sitting up higher on her now.
myself. I waved down the stewardess, and when I decided to remove myself, people then whipped out their cameras because then they know it's
So you did not get kicked off the flight.
Absolutely not.
You decided to leave.
I decided to leave, and when they
New teeth, new lips, new chin, new nose. I mean, since this pic we saw, the natural pic.
everybody took out their cameras. No, I didn't get kicked off American Airlines.
Right.
No.
Oh, okay. And do you have
But don't you think that the teeth that fake look kind of dumb?
Yeah, those caps look ridiculous.
any last words for?
Like, hold on.
Well, let's look at her original one and see if
It's
they're
the least offensive
I
fake
have,
thing on her.
I
It's her
have
teeth.
good
they
teeth.
look ridiculous.
Hold on,
I don't think so.
I have good teeth, and none of mine are fake. I mean, let me smile.
Brian and I have a strong teeth game.
This is from
Ours are real.
6 years ago, and she kind of shows her teeth a little bit. And this picture I sent you.
Is there a difference here?
It's hard to find pictures of her.
Of her teeth.
Oh, these are-
As we're really getting down.
Okay, I mean,
Yeah,
that's
like she's got
similar.
really nice, natural. The obvious. Not these are the picture. That we're looking at is natural teeth. These here that she's got
Or
here.
those people that were trying to get
They
you?
just look super white.
I mean,
She's got her
just be
Hermes
bleached.
purse over there. That's a $20,000 purse.
For real?
Yep.
What is it?
Hermes.
I've never heard
out
of
of
that.
there. I guess the bums.
does Gina have one?
Any last words for those?
I don't know if Gina has an Hermes. She has a Yves Saint Laurent, but
I've never heard of that either.
YSL.
Nope.
Oh.
Still think they're a bunch of fucking bums.
Oh!
Oh my goodness!
Potty
the
mouth.
mouth on this girl.
I do love the now. I like her even more. She's
yeah,
a
those
dirty
are
mouth.
those are definitely caps. Those are
Yeah.
different teeth than what's in her mouth.
But
right
her
there.
natural teeth look on this picture that we see here
Yeah.
looks great, and she even looks prettier. Now you can obviously see she's had her eyelashes, and she may have even had her lips.
You can tell she's trash though because she has a finger tattoo.
Yeah, is that
absolute trash
for real?
100%.
Depends on the finger tattoo.
Yeah, it's trash.
Is it on the sides or is it on the top? If it's on the top, no, I know I can see that, but I'm saying if it's on the top, that's more of a trash look.
And I don't care. Don't provoke me and you'll get a reaction. I'm the sweetest girl. Nobody films the good shit I do for people, so whatever. And it wouldn't have been a sensation if it wasn't sensational 10-second clip. I don't feel bad about any of it. I'll be the crazy plain lady. I don't care.
I mean, that's fine.
She's pretty hot, but she could be hotter if she just go natural.
Well, it's too late now.
Yeah.
Well, she's clownish now, and now everything's stretched out. Like she has no choice but to maintain those cheeks, maintain those lips,
right?
Because that skin does not just bounce back.
No,
you stretch it out.
Man, that looks pretty good to me, though.
Taut.
She was good there.
Yeah, she looks good there. I would definitely. That's strong there, but not what she's throwing out nowadays. Looks like a fake ass
you
Barbie.
would still blast
no,
her.
I probably wouldn't.
What?
I'm not into that big lip fake. Steve Harvey teeth.
In the first pic?
Steve Harvey teeth.
Yeah, they're just not quite as big.
I'm just not into it.
All right.
Porn's so good that you can jay off. Plus, I got one of those vacuum deals, Lummy. I mean,
Yeah, exactly.
So, Brian, I know you're,
You love Joe Biden.
you
can't
love
stop
Joe
talking about him.
Biden. You love immigration. You love,
Pretty
all
much the
that.
reason why he's president. But
You can't. You gotta. You can't think this is healthy.
Brian, what
for,
say you?
You can't think this is healthy for our country.
What, the problem that's been going on for 40 years that is not ever going to be solved, and nobody's solved it?
You don't think it's worse
Nobody's
now?
tried to solve it.
You don't think it's worse now?
I think it's probably very similar to what it's been over the last.
I got to be honest with you. I never saw
on average, except for when the economy turned in 2008-9, and they actually went back to Mexico.
I don't think we had people coming into our country like this prior to this administration. I don't think we did. Not even with Barack.
I'd like to see the numbers.
Biden's border crisis.
Well, let's pull the
real
numbers.
like real numbers. I don't know. But
What's real?
I can
What's
tell you,
real?
I can tell you every single president since Reagan has been talking about immigration as an issue in this country. Every single one. And how
fiercely
much
out
have
of
we done?
control.
How much has anybody done to fix it and actually truly solve it?
I don't know that
Well,
it's
it can't
fixable.
be solved, but it could
Or
be
fix
made
it or work
worse
on it.
or better.
Yeah. Nobody's doing anything.
I think that you corral every one of these up and you sign them up to be an American and they start paying taxes on their wages.
I mean, that's probably the sensible solution.
Right, for real. Like if you want to come in, no problem. But you gotta sign up and here's your ID, here's your social security card. Get to work. Welcome.
No, we need to kick him out. There's too much
Take a
traffic
look at the
already.
middle of your screen.
He's got a
By the
point
way,
there.
We're going to get
The
Brian
traffic's
Tillman's
bad.
take on
That's
all
from
of
the
this in a moment when
Northeast,
he
actually.
joins. Stunning
They haven't even got down here
Yeah,
yet.
that's he's talking. Yeah, that's who he's talking about. Kick all the Northeasterners out.
New Fox video of a train packed car after car filled with cheering people from all over the globe coming our way. This despite the Vice President Kamala
This is in Mexico yesterday.
Harris very early on in the administration warning people not to come. Well, they didn't listen to her, but they do know the border is open. In Eagle Pass, Texas, our Fox drone captured video of one of the largest mass illegal crossings we have ever seen there. Border Patrol sources telling Fox some 2,200 people have crossed illegally just since midnight.
Since midnight.
Oh.
These people
in
are
Eagle
from
Pass,
all over the world,
Fox
by the
cameras
way.
capturing
And showing little kids like army crawling through
razor wire.
moment. Migrant families forcing young children to crawl through razor wire to get into this country.
And the Border Patrol's helping them.
Babies.
Well, they're supposed to.
I know.
And
but
I think
still.
those are police.
Well,
They
whoever
were
are.
crossing illegally during a thunderstorm. Texas troopers had to cut the wire to let the little ones especially in for the safety of those children. And we have this video from San Diego.
Your backyard, let me, Anna.
Are you going to blame me for this?
No, I think it's cute.
Okay. You think it's cute?
You're free to. Okay, it's no problem if I go to Chicago. Either you want. You're free to.
Go wherever you want. It's a free country. So you see, those aren't Republican governors pushing those people onto buses. No. They're told, go wherever you want. That was a border agent telling a man, sure, you're free. Just one of the many people from China and Pakistan dropped off on the city streets due to overcrowding at city shelters.
Doesn't there come a point where we just can't even take care of our own, that all these people coming in just stresses out, quote unquote, the system, our system that we have in place that's supposed to take care of, our people? Like, I mean, doesn't it come to a point where we're just, kind of no vacancy?
We're absorbing the world debt. There's only so much wealth in the world, and we're taking in more negative debt. All these people coming in costing us money.
Officials detected 144,000 migrants who have entered from Mexico in June, but now numbers are starting to rise once more. Agents spotting 183,000 in July, the last month, which data was kept. This is them. Migrants, I think.
These are from Africa, actually. They go into Nicaragua because all they have to do is buy like a $160 visa, and then Nicaragua doesn't really care what happens to them afterwards, and then they shimmy their way up to the States.
Hundreds of African migrants sneak into the U.S. in broad daylight after exploiting an immigration loophole in Nicaragua that allows them with no questions asked for $160.
Yeah, I mean, that's where onward travel.
That's where the Biden administration needs to go to Nicaragua and say, what do we need to do to close this loophole?
They did 2 years ago.
Close it.
They did, and they gave them a bunch of money.
Yeah, and then they didn't do it.
Yep.
So that's part of the problem, is fixing Central America so that this isn't able to happen as freely.
Baba.
What?
Baba, a mechanic from West Africa, from the West African nation of, Anna, you might have to help me out. Mauritania, threw himself to the ground and prayed seconds after squeezing through a steel fence at the Mexican border in Arizona. Joe Biden opened the door for us. He gleefully yelled as dusk fell, and the migrants waited to be picked up and processed by the U.S. authorities. I wanted to come here to be free. You cannot put a price on freedom, added one of the increasing number of migrants from several African countries who are now joining the influx along the southern border. But while age 25, think Biden's border patrol policies for the chance of a new life in America, there is really one other person he should be showing gratitude to. The man is Daniel Ortega, the 77-year-old longtime strongman from Nicaragua and close allies of the late Cuban dictator Fidel Castro, and an implacable foe of the United States, for which has imposed sanctions on his country. So, I mean, are the Nicaraguans like just, they know the loophole and they tell these
They're doing it to spite us because we have sanctions against their leader because he's a dictator strongman.
This shows,
I guess,
this shows one of the holes in the fence, and it looks like now once you're on this side, I think you can claim asylum.
Well,
and
you're in Mexico. Because isn't that Nicaragua?
No,
that's Arizona. African immigrants crossed the U.S. border at Lukeville, Arizona.
My mistake.
Lukeville, Arizona.
But they came in via.
We do have a constant trend in this country that right before an election, immigration becomes a huge issue, and we're heading. We've got some elections coming up in November, and then the big one coming up next year. So,
do you think all these illegal immigrants should have driver's license, Brian?
I think.
Or special.
What do you think? Like,
this is such a difficult problem to solve. That
you're not going to solve it. We're just how do you mitigate it? Is we're asking.
Okay, not solve. Sorry,
Brian.
Sorry, get into semantics.
Brian, oh my God, trigger.
Because when somebody's trying to, I'm trying to form. I'm trying to form a stream of thought, and you do what you do, which is step on people when they're talking.
Right.
Okay.
Because you never do that. But go ahead.
Okay. Well, two wrongs make a right on it, and you just did it again. But keep going. Anyways. You have to start actually trying to, quote unquote, fix this by trying to fix the problems in the Central American countries that are causing this. And you're not going to, because the cartels control everything there. And these people, some of them are bad, some of them are good people. And the bad people are trying to get in to do their bad things, which they would be finding a way to do no matter what. And the good people are trying to get in to get away from these cartels and the oppressive regimes that are running their nations and that have no economic opportunity in their country. They struggle. And so you've got to start there. Like, how do you fix those countries, or try to fix those countries, or try to address how those countries are run and operated? The drug trade's a big part of it. The drug trade's a huge part of it. Although these cartels have diversified now, so they're not just solely relying on drugs.
Now they're in everything. They're in the people game too. They're in the coyote people game.
Yeah, they create the terrible conditions that these people don't want to live under, and then essentially, profit off of trying to get them across the border.
Give them, you're living in absolutely deplorable living conditions somewhere in Mexico, and the cartel comes to you and said, hey, for $150 per person and your family, they make it right there so you can afford it, but maybe not. So the guy has to go out and work for 3 months to be able to save enough for him and his family. For $500, $600, $700, we'll take your entire family over the border. Boom. And they're getting $600 for a pickup. I mean, they're probably making a whole pickup. They probably put him in like a 53-foot semi, stack him in there deep.
It goes
that thing's worth
this.
$2-3 million.
Your son joins our cartel, or we're going to murder your family. And that's what happens. And it's terrible for these people. Is it our problem? No, it's not our problem in the sense of they're not Americans, but it is our problem that it comes to our doorstep and that this is what we're dealing with.
But do you think that they should be able to vote?
No, they shouldn't have voting rights.
So should they have a license?
You want to know where they are. You want to have the ability.
But what about the states that are passing the minute you get a license, you're allowed to vote?
Yeah, no. I mean that shouldn't.
They're already trying to. They're already gaming the election.
You can create a special license for them. I mean, you don't need to make it. So
I know, but
I understand
those
states are coming up with the laws that they want to come up with.
What do you think about birthright citizenship?
Being born in the country that you're.
Like they come over here illegally.
Yeah.
They sneak in. They have
their
kids, and now you can't throw them out because
I mean, that's the way our laws are set up.
Banned or abolished?
Not really, but the kid's an American at that point. They're here. They're born on this soil.
Wow.
I don't know about that.
They're more of an American than you were, right? You weren't born in this
I think more states are going to pass that license.
All right.
I like Brian today.
Oh, jeez.
I mean, they were born in American soil. You weren't.
Yeah.
Yeah, I understand.
I just think I think we need to, regardless of whatever political affiliations in charge. I think it would be safe to say, or at least, I think it would be. I think I'm the American people could potentially digest saying something like, "Listen, we have a problem with immigration. We need to shut down the borders for an extended, however long, 60 days, 90 days, a year, 6 months, 4 months, 5, and try to figure out a bipartisan way that we can agree on so that we can have wrap our head or have some type of rhyme or reason with him. Because right now, immigration's like the NIL. It's the Wild West. Is it not? It really is.
I'd be all for shutting it down and for a year or two, building infrastructure that actually can support what you're trying to do and having a clear, thoughtful policy and objective and controls and mechanisms in place. Because right now, come into the country and you'll get a hearing in the next 3 years. That's not sustainable. That's not a policy.
I think it has to. Sorry, go ahead.
Okay, we have no real policy with it. That's the problem. We have no actual policy on either side. It's not. This is not a Democrat-Republican issue.
I wasn't.
Neither side. I'm trying to get that across to the listeners.
I wasn't making it that.
I'm trying to get that across to the listeners that they're like, oh, screw Brian, I'm tuning out, whatever. Nobody has a real policy, and what you're saying, Bubba, makes sense.
Don't you think it has to be a bit more drastic than that?
Yeah, I don't.
Not in the sense of closing the borders. I think that's obvious. But how do you deter people from? Because a lot of these people, you close the border, they're just going to sneak in anyways. It's not like there aren't illegal places where they're sneaking in. What are you doing when you find people who are here that aren't supposed to be here?
You send them back.
I think you have to send a stronger message where
that's
this is
part
not.
of
you want to start murdering them?
Well, I mean,
Did I
no,
say
I'm
murdering
asking
them?
what's the stronger message
I mean, hold
than
on.
sending them back?
Hold on,
to
everybody.
get murdered?
Hold on.
What do you mean?
No,
We're
what
murdering
you
them?
said you have to send a stronger message than just sending them back.
How strong? How much
no,
stronger?
I didn't.
Can
I said then closing the border.
Oh, you cut off. So I
just
thought you
cut
meant
off
a
by-
stronger message than
No.
sending them back.
No. A
Here's what you
stronger
do.
message than closing the border.
Here's what
which
you
would
do.
be sending them back.
You close the border. You secure the border. This is all part of a process. You close the border. You secure the border. The porousness in the places that they're getting through.
Mm-hmm.
You then, those that you catch while this moratorium of not letting anybody in, they go back. Now, yes, there's going to be a certain amount that make it through. That doesn't matter no matter what rule you have. And in the next year or two, you through bipartisan getting along in politics, come up with a locked down policy of what our immigration. We don't know what our immigration policy is. We really don't. We don't. The average American, probably the average guy trying to get in here, doesn't even know what our policy is. I'll tell you what our policy is. Get in and you're okay. Mm-hmm. And it's got to be something different than that. Let's just.
I would agree with that 100%.
So okay, so it has to be something different than we're doing now, and we need to stop worrying about what affiliation we have and try to keep what's the best interest of our healthiness of our country, in mind while we do this, and give and take a little bit. It's just like guns, Brian. Like, for instance, guns. I own guns. I love guns. I like to have as many guns as I could. I used to have an extensive gun collection that I had to sell when I got on my tough times that I wish I had back. But I can see that guns are kind of, we have these massive shootings and guns don't kill people. People kill people. I think our gun issue is a couple different pronged thing. One, we have absolutely abandoned people getting mental health
examinations.
Well, getting mental health help. Like, I don't think that we're diagnosing these children early enough, or we don't have the resources early enough in schools to take these potential problematic kids aside and get them the necessary help. We've abandoned that. And then two, I think we need to have a gun registration program.
I'll tell you too. And one part of the hypocrisy that drives me nuts on the left is Hollywood. The glorification of gun and gun violence in movies, and yet these stars are like, oh, we need gun laws, we need this, we that. Alec Baldwin's super liberal. He shot a woman on set. Are you kidding me? Like, don't put your money where your mouth is if you're a Hollywood actor, and don't star in a movie in which there's going to be guns.
And here's the deal.
If you truly feel that, if you truly believe it,
and
change the culture.
You don't have to ban assault rifles. You don't have to ban AR-15s. But what you probably need to register them. You can have all you want. We just as a government need to probably, I think, maybe potentially have the right to know what you got. We have to register. You just can't have 52 cars that you're driving up and down the road and none of them registered. You have to register them.
And here's the other thing too, with
registering and doing background checks on people that we're letting have the most deadly form. I mean, it's the deadliest thing that you can own, isn't it, for the most part?
Yeah, but getting back to the immigration thing, if you're caught entering the country illegally, that's it. You will never be allowed to legitimately live here. Okay, that eliminates you, and you can make it you and your kin, so that from ever becoming a U.S. citizen, from ever gaining citizenship here legally in any way, shape, or form.
If you and I are senators and we're hatching out this immigration law, I'm like, Brian, I agree with that. I really do. And you're like, Bubba, I'm an R, you're a D. You're like, Bubba, I agree. What we got now is not working. So, I mean, why can't politicians talk like that? Why can't they do that?
Because there's no money for them in solving or fixing problems. The money for them is in special interests from both sides, feeding them and keeping things problematic.
Tumultuous.
Yeah. I mean, the more tumult there is, the more money that comes in.
Oh, the chat's killing me. F you, fat ass, and your gun control. And I don't want gun control. I just don't think it's that big of a deal for good people to register. Because you know what? Good people don't have a problem with registering their guns. They don't. They don't plan on doing anything bad with them. And if they have to shoot somebody, it's because they've been put in a predicament where they have to shoot somebody.
They just might misplace them like they did that F-35.
Yeah, that. But I think the concern there is the slippery slope, right? So once you give the government a little bit control, they're going to ask for more. They want to know where all your guns are. And, oh, you wrote something bad about the president here, so, unfortunately, you have a
they take
mental
away
health
one
issue.
right, they'll take away more.
And historically, you're right.
Give them an inch, they take a mile.
Historically, you're right. But
that's the concern.
We do have a gun issue. We do. I mean, listen, I'm as hardcore as most of you guys when it comes to the Second Amendment. But I'm going to be, if we're going to be intellectually honest, we have, crazy people that use guns in bad ways and kill massive people at potentially your kid's elementary school.
And more gun control for people like you and me is not going to stop that from happening. It's not.
Let me ask you this.
It's not bad. People are going to find ways to get guns.
Changing the culture, which you touched on with the mental health, I touched on with Hollywood. These are generational problems. These are not overnight solutions. And in the United States, we don't have the stomach for the attention span. It's not sexy. Nobody wants to deal with generational solutions to problems. And that's our biggest problem right now. Number one is our government is broken. So that's a pretty huge problem. But then we are such an instant gratification society that we don't want any solution is going to show results in 10 years from now or in 20 years from now. We want to fix it now, or it's an all or nothing proposition, and it doesn't work.
Can I ask you a few questions about gun control?
No, I'm getting a lot of heat on it right now. Everybody hates me.
Hold on.
Everybody hates. Hold on. God forbid that you just can't. Everybody's like, it's my way, or like we have to come up with some. We have to work together, and it's not perfect. It's not, and I know you guys all hate. What was wrong, man? Only criminals have guns. Real guns. Go out and buy as many guns as you want.
Okay, let me ask some questions about the number of guns in the country. Has it increased tremendously since like the 1980s?
Yes.
Because I don't know anything about this.
It increased tremendously when the assault weapons ban expired. So what we actually saw
was it 86?
No, it expired in 1996 or 94.
Okay.
94.
It's a 10-year law.
So yeah, in those 10 years, mass shootings dropped, gun deaths dropped, gun purchases dropped
during the ban.
And then after the ban was lifted, probably because there was a ban and this was a response to the ban, gun purchasing ownership skyrocketed.
Why was there a 10-year? Why didn't they just ban it outright? Why was it only 10 years?
That's all they could get to agree to. And that's what the.
And I don't want to have. Listen, I don't want to have a ban on any gun. If you have a AR-15, great. I know we already have some laws where it can't be fully auto unless you have a tax. I mean, there's a process that you can get to get that. If you want a fully auto, you have to jump through some hoops and get some. Your gun has to be in a trust and all these stamps and all that kind of. I don't have any problem, but that's a prime example. You're almost being hypocritical as a gun owner if you're saying, listen, you know what? I don't have a problem with a guy that has to pay an extra tax stamp and register his fully auto machine gun. I don't have a problem with that. But I have a problem with a guy registering his 9mm regular gun. So you don't have a problem with a guy registering his fully auto gun, but you do have a problem with a guy that registers his regular gun. So it's either one way or the other.
Is that how they all feel?
I don't know. It seems somewhat hypocritical. If we do have gun registration now for a certain type of guns, then what's the big deal about registering your guns? What's the big deal about it?
I think because owning a gun is a right and not a privilege, and so people.
Because a lot of people too are also nervous about with moving to more obviously credit card compared to cash and then digital currency. They're scared that if
I take that back. I take that back.
Buy them.
I don't. You know what? I don't want you to have to register your guns. I don't. But I do think they should do a background check on people that want to buy guns. How about that? How about no registration for your guns? No big deal. Different states have different laws on whether you can carry a gun, open carry, constitutional carry, registered carry, blah, blah, blah. So I have no problem with that. I have guns. I carry guns. I have, Even though Florida just changed to you don't need a license, I still renew my
CWP.
Yeah, I just renewed it not too long ago.
That's just a good idea.
So I have no problem with that. So let me change my stance a little bit. And that is, I don't think you should have to register your guns, but I do think that you should have to go through a background check if you're going to purchase a gun from a gun store. Now listen, I don't have a problem with, I got a 9mm. Rhett wants to buy it. I don't know Rhett to be a bad guy or a felon, or I don't think he's going to go kill kids or rob a bank with this gun. And I sold my private gun collection to a private guy, and I didn't have to register them. So I think I'm not about registering your guns. I'm just about getting gun stores having to do a background check.
Well, in state of Florida, they do. It's a Florida statute.
Every state does a background check. They just don't do a
the
universal.
loopholes are gun shows and person-to-person sales. So, what you described was what you did would be one of the loopholes around having to have a background check.
All right. I don't really know what I feel.
You know why? It's because it's a super complicated, deeper issue that just one stroke of a pen is never going to solve.
so convoluted.
And everybody hates you. Like nobody in chat said, Bubba, you might be onto something. We probably it's a little bit rough around the edges. But no, they're all, you're dumb, you're fat, you're a fat ass. The minute you take a right away, blah, 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 blah. Don't you think that's the mentality that we've gotten ourselves into now? They're automatically wrong, and we're automatically right.
Everyone likes your illegal immigrant opinion.
Yeah.
Well, if they like it, then it's great, and if they don't, then they call you names. I mean, it's an infantile.
But that's the way we are. Not only chat in the world that we live in, but our whole entire society.
I mean, we're trying to have a real discussion on complex, deep issues, and the fact that you can't even get into it. Yeah, you can't even get into it and share an opinion that's different than theirs.
People are calling me a fat ass, like you're ignorant, you're stupid. You're a fan of the show, and I have an opposing opinion about something that you feel like, now I'm fat. Now I'm stupid. Now you hate me. Now, like we can't have.
Well, nuance isn't trendy, right? It's just A or B. And if you go, well, I kind of see there, then you're a traitor to both sides, and everyone hates you. So.
Yeah, whatever. The fat is infiltrating his brain.
Who said that?
Bubba's Ozempic needle.
Well,
Bubba wants a background check, but is fine with selling guns to a buddy who he thinks is a good guy. The fat is infiltrating his brain. I'm only throwing some ideas out there. I'm not a politician.
Thank you, Lummy.
Nothing's going to get done. I couldn't run for the city dog catcher. I'm just saying, I'm just giving you my opinion. I have guns. I wouldn't have a problem with registering them. You probably don't feel that way. There you have it. But I also believe in abortions, and I also believe in weed, and I also believe
it's real.
And I believe in a lot of liberal things, and I believe in a lot of conservative things. But God forbid. See, Brian, nobody wants to work. Like you and I just gave a private example of two people on opposing sides of the fence that could maybe work through an immigration policy. We were playing this game. Brian's a senator and Bubba's a senator, but we were coming. We could talk about it,
and you workshop it, right? You I say something, and I didn't think of this as a possible consequence, or this is that's what having intellectual debate is all about, because everybody's ideas and understanding improve. And the problem is when we just shout down people, shut down people, and call them names rather than discuss the issues, is we never get to that point of the dialogue where you realize that there's parts of your position that aren't necessarily that strong or rooted in common sense or reality. And I realize that there's parts of my position that I need to rethink and aren't that strong. We've lost that ability as a society. And it's sad. It's awful.
We've lost that ability to say, you know what, I don't really necessarily agree with what you're saying, but I'm not going to try to cancel you, try to call you names, not try to ruin your life, not try to dox you, not try to, we just don't agree on it. Maybe we can find some common ground. But in today's world, there is no common ground. It's either my way or you're stupid, period. And I think that's led us to where we are today. That's how we're being governed now. mean, look, I mean, listen, lead by example. And both parties are absolutely screwing with the other. This isn't, and it's even beyond dirty politics. Like, it's deep down just straight ass warfare, right? I mean, what they're doing to Trump and what they're doing to Hunter Biden and just all the nonsense. There's no more decorum left. There's no more presidential decorum left. You mean you don't think that when Bill Clinton left office that George W. Bush, they didn't get briefed? I'm like, George, we could get him on this, we could get him on that, we could get him on this. Yeah, you know, but he's an ex-president. There comes a certain amount of decorum with that. Let's just let him be. You know, Ronald Reagan was not nearly as clean as everybody thinks he was. Did some very, very, very questionable stuff. Did he not?
Yeah.
And you know,
well, they called him the Teflon president because nothing stuck to him.
I mean, Bill Clinton, you know, didn't, as soon as Ronald Reagan left, or I guess Bill Clinton wasn't the first president. It was his vice. It was George H.
Yeah.
So nothing's going to happen there. But I'm just saying, like, there used to be some decorum where you'd be like, listen, yeah, you know, he has some documents in his, let's just go get them and let's be done with it. No, it's let's put 149 indict, and how many of them are really, 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 really going to stick? I mean, you might know that question better than me, Brian. Like, I mean, how many are there? I mean, like 100? How many?
There's one that's real.
I mean, okay.
I think it's 93.
Hold on, Brian. Hold on. There's one. And how many are there?
Like 92,
Yeah.
93?
93. It's 93.
Right. So you said, like, there's one.
Yeah.
There's one.
The obstruction after the fact on the documents case.
All right. So let's throw the other 99.
It's never the crime. It's always the cover-up, right?
Right.
Mike Thurman, $100 on the Cash App.
Trump's stay in Mexico policy worked.
T-shirt will $20.
Illegals waited in their own country until the asylum was approved. Biden canceled that on day one. That's what Shannon Burke says.
Illegal crossings spiked before Biden even took office, though.
Well, they knew that.
Yeah,
they knew that.
I know.
They could get
I'm
in
just
while they
saying. They started coming back when COVID. You know, the economy started improving from COVID. Nobody wanted to come in here when the economy was shut down in 2020.
Title 42 was lifted.
But nobody wanted to come in when the economy sucked.
I think you said it best. They got 90, how many?
93.
93 indictments against Donald Trump. And you said, there's really only one. There's just one.
Yeah, there's one that I would be worried about if I were him, and that's if they have him instructing them to try to destroy the tapes, the security footage. That's the one that's.
So why aren't we concentrating on that? Why aren't we concentrating on that? Because you got to put the other 92 on him for a distraction to make him look like a bigger dick than he really is.
Well, because the Democrats know that nobody is actually going to go out and be excited to vote for Joe Biden. They will go out to vote against Donald Trump. That is the entire Democratic strategy
playbook?
At this point. That's their playbook.
Also spends a lot of money too.
We don't have a candidate that will get people excited to vote. So let's use the other candidate, vilify and demonize him further so that they're energized to vote against him rather than to vote for somebody else, which is what the Biden first administration was all about. It wasn't because Biden was this amazing presidential candidate. It's because, people viewed Trump as an abhorrent option.
When I return, Lummy, we got to get into my Ronnie deal.
Yes, we do.
Whether I've called him or not.
Oh, I'm excited.
If I think chat hates me now, wait till they hear this.
Mission accomplished. Another segment filled. More of the Bubba the Love Sponge show after this.
Like the urban t-shirt, Rudy.
I mean, as bad as people think our economy is right now, you better be happy we're not the rest of the fucking world. Germany is about to go into deflation. Rapid deflation.
What's that mean?
Oh, that means the value of everything in their country is going to shrink. They are screwed because they were so. Gerhard Schroeder had made such a dirty deal with the Russians on natural gas and everything to enrich himself. They were so reliant on Russian natural gas that when the Ukraine war happened and the supply got cut off to Europe, Germany's economy got hit. Which Germany is an industrial nation. I mean, they actually produce things. Still, and they are in deep doo-doo right now.
Isn't that what Trump predicted, and they all laughed at him.
And he was 100% right on that.
And they all laughed.
Yeah,
at
they
him.
all chuckled and laughed at him, and then it turns out he was right.
But the media back then too also used it as this is
what the rest of the world thinks of us. Well,
jokes.
no,
I'm saying now it's coming to. It's coming.
Well,
to
that was one time where I was like, no, Trump's right on that. You can't fucking tie your wagon to a strongman economy. I mean, especially when he's shown constantly that he's going to push the envelope. Putin has been pushing the envelope the entire time he's been in power.
He's been pushing his it's like.
They've been running the fucking war games up near Finland and Sweden, like at all constantly. Norway, Finland, up there. No, yeah, they all, that's an example of the media clowning him out when, he was right. He warned Germany on their reliance on cheap Russian fuel.
Yep.
Which is what was propping up the German economy.
Which, I mean, realistically, they could have been buying more from us at that point, too.
They could have been buying more from us. They could have been producing more of their own. They could have been switching to more energy independence.
They didn't want to do that.
Nope. But our inflation right now is better than almost every other country in the world. It's bad, I get it, 3.6, 3.7 is bad. I'm not saying we're sitting here in a beautiful position, but if you look at the rest of the world right now, we're like 4th or 5th best in the world with inflation.
But some people will say too that we're supposed to be the power, so we shouldn't be comparing ourselves to other countries.
I mean, but in a globalized economy, you have to. I would agree back when the world economy wasn't so global and it was isolated and insulated, yes. But as we move towards a global economy, you have to compare how you're doing versus your peers.
But that's where people that will say that's why we need to go back to more of right now.
Well, okay, so we're going to fire up manufacturing. We're going to start making plastics in this country again, and all the cheap consumer goods that we rely on.
We possibly could at this point.
I mean, then we need to start. If that's the route we're going to take, then I want to hear people on the right promoting platforms and policies that would encourage that behavior, because that's not happening. They're all still playing into the globalist economy, and so.
The worst part is a lot of those countries that we technically use are coming here. A lot of the laborers. Like the foreign, from Africa, Haiti, I know Haiti's not much, but like Nicaragua, Guatemala.
I love how everybody knows where I get my information from, and I only watch this. I only do that.
You should see how mean things they've been saying to me.
But this is why you don't even engage with people like that, Bubba, because they're incapable of having true intellectual.
I'm supposed to be their favorite radio guy, and they're fucking calling me fat. Well, maybe I am, but still, I'm trying.
Well, because that's what they resort to. I hear something I don't like, I must insult the person or the source of that information or opinion that I don't like.
Real classy, huh?
Yeah.
I wish I could retire, not have to deal with people who hate me.
Do you find it weird that they're setting up rebuilding companies already for Ukraine before the war's even over? Or is that?
Oh, it's all money rich grabs. I mean, it's all of that. But see, this is the thing: it's a tale as old as time. Whenever you have money, you have corruption. Corruption is not something new.
No, I know that.
We're just more aware of the systems that are in place about it now. And the thing that pisses me off about it is, usually when thieves get caught and crooks get caught, they're forced to change their ways. And now they just do it in broad daylight, and they just say, fuck you.
They announce it, and they're like, well, where's the you're already planning on rebuilding it. Like, you're getting money to get it rebuilt.
Oh, yeah, the contracts are already in place.
Yeah,
Gigantic fucking contracts, and only a third of the money actually ends up somewhere traceable.
Yeah.
That's look at the war in Iraq. How much dirty money, illegal money, spent money was there.
Have you guys started to watch Special Ops: The Lioness?
No.
No,
Brian, you might want to. That would be interesting for you to watch.
Is it fiction or non-fiction?
It's probably
It's
Tyler. It's a Tyler Sheridan deal. Mayor of Kingstown, Yellowstone, Tulsa King. That guy, the hottest showrunner in Hollywood right now. It's called. It's about this woman who goes undercover
it just shows all these different government agencies that do these favors for each other that try not to get in trouble. It shows the corruption of our government too, and what we're really fucking concentrating on. And
I mean, name me a government that's not corrupt.
Anytime, name me a system where money is involved, where there's not corruption. I mean, it's
better and worse, but
yeah. Well, and I was saying the Lummy, the part that pisses me off now is they just.
What is there not to like about the show? Bubba the Love Sponge.
Guys are awesome.
And I love the sponge.
The show's cool. It's real, man.
He makes me laugh my ass off every time I listen.
I'm a full trucker effect, man, so it gets me through the day all the time.
Bubba the Love Sponge. You're listening to the Bubba the Love Sponge Show.
On a lighter note, McDonald's is bringing back for a limited time the I don't even know if I'd like these, Lummy.
I don't think you would.
You don't love spice.
Yeah, I'm not big on spice.
They're not super spicy. They just have kind of a different flavor to them. I don't think you would like it.
Allow us to reintroduce the right amount of spicy. Lightly breaded and spicy tempura, made with a blend of aged cayenne. If you're meeting for the first time, lucky you.
They just look
spicy
awful.
chicken McNuggets.
I know.
They do?
Even the way they show them on there.
Every gathering at McDonald's. Like one of our $3.50 bundles featuring
Brian's
6-piece spicy chicken McNuggets, a double cheeseburger, or a McChicken, each paired with small fries. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
I'll go somewhere else.
Yeah, I don't think you would like them at all.
Yeah, I'm gonna do the I'll do the Chick-fil-A new. What Brian? Did you have it yet?
The honey pimento chicken sandwich.
Yeah,
No.
You've not. Are you gonna try it?
I may.
Do you do fast food?
I'm not a big fast food guy, but I started eating chicken again 2 weeks ago.
All right, so hold on. You're not a big fast food guys, but you do like Chick-fil-A, as most people do. A lot, because for some reason
the quality is better.
People don't associate Chick-fil-A with fast food, even though it is. They associate it with a step above fast food.
I think in the world
Right?
of fast food, Chick-fil-A is viewed towards the top. Yeah.
I'll tell you the best play, Culver's.
Yeah.
I'm telling you that right now, especially if you dine in, because they got people that check on you and will refill because they have a little fountain deal going on. You know how you can fill your own drink up.
McDonald's is getting rid of that, by the way.
I saw that. Well, Culver's isn't. Not only Culver's does it make you go. They got. There's a girl that rolls around and says, "Hey, what do you want refill?" You know.
That's that Midwestern, man. That's
is
Midwestern hospitality.
They're so nice. It really is. Culver's by far got it's Culver's and then Chick-fil-A with regards to be who's got their act together.
Chick-fil-A, yeah. I mean, people complain about the long lines at Chick-fil-A and
But
stuff.
they go
It's because
through fast.
It's because they're busy.
Well, not
it's
only
because
that-
people actually want to eat their food.
Right, Dad. And listen, yes, there are long lines, but with regards to the long line deal, they conquer the long line thing better than you go to a long line at Burger King and you're like, oh God, this is a long ass line.
Well, because it's not long because people are dying to get the food. It's long because the service is atrocious.
Right. Exactly. It's right. Exactly. But you go to a long line in Chick-fil-A, it's because people really want to, there are a lot of people. They're
Gotta get in there before Sunday.
Right. Let me, before I get into my did Bubba call Ronnie deal, did you see the blue lobster that was caught in Maine?
That's so cool.
And it's like one in every, there's 1 in 2 million chance. There's the blue lobsters are like 1 in 2 million.
Yeah.
So if I had a blue lobster, can when you used to go to Red Lobster and stuff and they'd have the lobsters in the tank, is that considered cruelty to a lobster? Putting them in a tank?
No, it's probably boiling them alive. That's the cruelty part.
You're probably right, but I'm just asking.
I mean,
if you were to catch this blue lobster and he's super, super rare, and you would build a big lobster tank at the house, be a big one for him to have a big habitat to roll around, probably isn't as big as the ocean floor, but, would it be considered cruel? It probably would.
They generally grow to the size of their environment, though, and what their food source is and their spaces. So I don't think if you caught them young enough, it would be a problem. The problem is if you got a gigantic like 6 pound, 7 pound lobster.
Well, but like Bubba was
put it
saying,
in
is that
there.
you build a huge, you don't put them in one of those small little tanks like you see.
Yeah,
at,
you put them in a
the-
big
the-
one.
Yeah, it's not.
No, they say the white lobsters, pure white lobsters,
Yeah,
are
I know.
1 in 100 million.
Is there any-
And there has been one caught off the
Recently.
shores of Maine.
Is there
recently.
any difference in the taste and flavor of them?
No,
I don't think. I
no,
don't think
it's
so.
just a protein deficiency.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, that's all it is. Like you see white ones, you see pink ones, blue ones, yellow ones.
Yeah, you see like albino African
Yeah.
people.
I mean, they're rare because they don't really have that deficiency. Because sometimes lobsters eat lobsters, so
They do?
Yeah, so if that lobster was they got into a fight and died, other
How do they
lobsters would eat
fight?
it.
Claw?
With their-
Yeah.
this.
Yeah.
Did you know, Bubba, at one point...
Can you Google lobster fight and send it to me? Go ahead, Brian. I'm sorry.
At one point, lobster was considered the poor man's food.
Yeah, so did prisons.
Prisons and to workers and everything like that, because there was so many of them. Like when the settlers, everybody came to the Northeast at first.
And you had all these
the
lobsters.
floor of the ocean floor was
like
all lobster.
Like carp now.
Yeah,
You
it was just an inundation of lobster, and it was considered crap. And they would serve it to the
peasants.
To the peasants.
Same with bacon, right? Isn't that like the poor man's part of the pig?
Same with the chicken wing.
Yeah.
The chicken wing, before it got made famous out of
tables
Buffalo,
have turned.
the chicken wing would be part of the chicken they would throw away. They couldn't sell these big these big chicken places that have chicken. They process the chicken, the thigh, the breast, the drumstick. But the wing was just like, They used. I think back in the day they used to throw the wings out, or they would use it for dog food, or like it wasn't like the wing was nothing.
Yeah, it was a processing meat. It wasn't a standalone meat.
Right. They would use it for like chicken in a can. And,
well, there
and
was a
things
time
like that.
too where chicken breast was not the most sought after cut.
Was it the
It was the
thigh?
thighs and the legs
I
were
sent you
were the
the
ones that everybody wanted, and then they're like, we can make a lot of money off chicken breast, and then they figured out how to pump them up and fill them with water and charge people for water in their chicken, and now
Yummy.
they do that.
Lummy, is this a lobster battle royal right here?
Yeah, and this one's over territory because the one lobster's missing his arm. So the
What do you mean over territory?
Well, this
essentially over mates.
100+ channels of
yeah.
live
Well,
TV,
he also
your
sees a
favorite
weak
sports,
lobster because he's
movies,
missing
and
his
more,
claw.
with no hidden fees or
Skip
long-term
it.
contracts.
Lobster fight! World star!
See the one with the big claw?
That guy now is he at a disadvantage?
He's down a claw.
Oh my God!
But I gotta tell you, man,
That's a
he's
big-ass claw.
he's like Popeye though with that claw.
Yeah. He sure
He
is.
might be down a claw, but he's had to do everything in life with that one claw, which has really built it up.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, they have two different types of claws. That big nasty looking one is for like clamping down and crushing stuff.
Yeah.
Right. Like the one he's got left.
Yeah, the other one is like more sharp, and that's for poking and ripping.
That's like your
jabbing out.
yeah.
Haymaker.
One's the big haymaker, and the other one's the jabber.
Exactly.
All right. Oh yeah, you're right.
Two-armed Jones
You're
over
right.
here.
You're right. Look at right. The one's bigger than that one's a little jabby.
His claw's as big as the other one's torso.
And most likely, what
that's
happened?
insane.
Most likely is that lobster probably was poking at some rocks or something, got it stuck, and just had to rip it
Dude,
off.
Mach, why can't you get as big as this lobster over here, man, you weakling?
That's his left arm too.
Yeah.
So now, I will tell you, man, the one with one arm, all he has to do is take that big
double the
and put it right up to
size.
that guy's face and cut his face off with it, right?
And crunch it.
That's all he's got to do.
Yeah.
Wait, Lummy, can they survive without the little antenna things?
Yeah.
Oh, they can.
Yeah, I think they
They're
grow
for
back.
feeling
Oh, he's
it.
coming in. I think the
Yeah.
big guy's coming in.
Took a swipe.
Get him!
I mean,
I'm rooting for the underdog, one-armed Jones.
But meanwhile, this guy here, if he knew how to use his jabber, he'd be in here just
Well, hold
peppering
on.
that guy.
Fight's not
exactly.
over.
Because
Just round one.
their heads are soft.
Hold on.
Oh, he's
on.
got it. He's going to crush his claw off.
Oh, yeah. Hold on.
He's got it. He's got him in the claw
The
lock.
Popeye armed one.
Yep. Oh, he let it go.
No, he missed it. They don't have a lot. I don't know if they have a lot of mobility.
When they swim like backwards.
Yeah.
They fold up and they swim away, and they're actually pretty quick. And you can hear it underwater too. It's like a wah, wah in your ears.
He's jabbing him with the big claw.
Like if you took that big one, just started smashing him in his head.
Right
you'd
now, he's
kill
getting ready to
him.
clip him off.
Oh,
Look.
dear.
He's making some damage with that.
Yep.
Oh,
overtime.
He's humping
Oh
him.
yeah, hold on. The little guy with two is getting some in, but let's just fast forward. Let me see where it ends up at here.
Oh, his big one's hurt. He's
Yeah.
like, He's hurt.
He's retreating.
Yes, he's
the
backing
guy.
up.
The guy with the Popeye arms retreating. Is he not?
Yes, he
I
is.
didn't mean that. Sorry, Tom Bean. Sorry.
He's got his little antenna.
Hold on here.
Was he getting back up? Oh, no, it just leaves.
Let me see here. Let me.
He's leaving. Oh, he takes one little clamp before he goes.
Oh. Poke him in the eye.
Oh, that one had his antenna hurt. His right antenna. The little guy.
Are they fighting over some lobster ass? Like
yeah.
like ass?
It's
is there
always
like
about reproduction.
Is there a female lobster over there that's ready to blast
it's like,
the winner?
He said it's territory, which involves where
Yeah,
the
he may
females
have
are.
found a nice honey hole.
Yeah, with some ass.
All right, so here's
lobster ass.
Here's my Ronnie thing.
Oh boy.
And so
you're not gonna like this.
So are you familiar with the whole shooting match, Brian? Are you familiar with what's going on here?
I am familiar with the wedding. I'm familiar with you were originally going. I'm familiar with your reasoning for not going. I'm familiar with you saying that you would call him, and now that's where we left it, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I wanted him. So yesterday I addressed all this, and I even addressed some of it in the after show. And I even admitted that I possibly made a huge mistake in not calling Ronnie. I don't know that you know that. I don't know that you know.
Well, they talked about it on the Bubba show. I mean, on the Howard show. Did you hear that?
No.
Oh yeah, they've got audio
knew
from
about
yesterday.
We have it.
Oh.
No,
I don't think we
it's
have
on the app, on the SiriusXM app from yesterday's show. But they talked about the issue and how Ronnie would be upset about it.
You might have.
I did hear that segment.
We didn't.
Okay.
We didn't. I don't have it. Maybe the guys can find it for tomorrow. But can you tell us how that segment went? Because that's something that I do not know.
So that segment goes back to, I guess, earlier this week when you just said that you weren't going and that you weren't going to say why, but you were going to call up Ronnie and tell him man to man. And so Howard learned of it, and he was told of it, obviously, by his staff. So he got Ronnie on. And he's like, Ronnie, I'm going to have bad news for you. He's like, Bubba the Love Sponge is not going to be coming to your wedding. And Ronnie goes, well, nice of him for letting me know. And Howard's like, I knew you'd be upset. He's like, I'm not upset that he's not coming per se. He's like, I'm upset that he didn't tell me he wasn't coming. And we've made all these plans now, and we've paid money, and we've assigned tables, and we've made arrangements. And now he still hasn't told me. And he said, well, Ronnie, you said he was going to call and tell you. And then, so they played the audio of you discussing that you were gonna that you weren't gonna go. It wasn't the audio from yesterday. It was either from Tuesday or Monday. And so they played the audio of you saying you weren't going to go, but you weren't saying why, and that you had called Ronnie. And Ronnie's like, well, he hasn't called me yet. And they all agreed that that was kind of messed up, that you hadn't called him. And then Howard pontificated that the reason you weren't going was because you found out that Howard wasn't going, and so that's why you weren't going.
No, that's not at all.
I know.
We
but
knew about that a long time ago.
I'm just letting you know.
Right. Well, so, okay. Yesterday on the after show, I did say I made a big mistake, and in the forum that we're in, live, non-taped, spontaneous, fly by the seat of your pants radio. Sometimes things get away from us.
Oh yeah,
a lot. Every show we say something probably we shouldn't have. Every show. It's a live high wire act that we have to, that me, because I talk the most and host the show, that I walk every day, and you guys then fill in, and sometimes you fall off the wire as well. And so I probably shouldn't have blurted out or even got into why I feel uncomfortable about going. And I should have had that conversation with Ronnie. That's my mistake.
I disagree with that completely. You should have never had that conversation with Ronnie. It's either I'm going or I'm not going. You don't put that on Ronnie. That I disagree with. Your own personal reasons are irrelevant.
But hold on.
And you don't put that on him to decide whether or not you should go either.
But I don't.
That's your decision. You're a big boy.
I don't want to. I don't want to feel uncomfortable.
That's on you. That has nothing to do with him or anybody else there.
And two, my presence might make others feel uncomfortable.
I think you're in your own head on that, and you're way overplaying that. I don't think anybody there will care about what you care about at all. I think that's 100% you in your own head. I don't see that anybody there would care at all.
Does that not matter?
I think it's irrelevant to Ronnie. It's irrelevant to Ronnie.
And I would agree. I've handled this wrongly.
And yes, but I would also disagree with what you said yesterday, which was you were going to, I think when you're talking to Alex, you were going to talk to Ronnie about it and see what he thought about it. And that's you don't put it on Ronnie. If you don't feel comfortable going at all for whatever reason, then you don't go. If you feel like you're going to suck it up because Ronnie is your friend, then you suck it up and you go. But you don't put Ronnie in the middle and make him make the decision for you.
Yeah. Well, I think the problem is that you were going to go, and then you found out who might be there, and then you decided you weren't going to go after you had already RSVP'd that you were going to be in attendance,
and that you never told him that you weren't going.
Yeah.
So you knew about this
bad.
for a little while, and you didn't let him know.
Immediately,
so it's either say something immediately or go.
All right. So what would you suggest I say to Ronnie today when I talk to him?
So you haven't spoken to him because that was what you were going to tell us.
No, I wanted him to hear the audio from yesterday, which he would have heard by now, and I'm going to call him this afternoon. They're also
have
three.
To do it today.
Have to call him today, dude.
I will, guys. I will.
Brian and I finally agree on something.
I wanted JD to get him that audio for my explanation. Obviously, my explanation's wrong. Obviously, it's stupid. Obviously, I made a mistake. And so in doing that, I am calling Ronnie today. I am going to be mindful that they're 3 hours behind. So I'll probably call him about maybe 2 or 3 our time.
And just apologize for being selfish. People like when you say that.
All right. So, Brian, how you and Anna, maybe Lummy, maybe you guys can help me
craft an apology.
Work, yeah. At least come up with something that's heartfelt that I really feel, and that
we're on the air, right?
Yeah, I know that. But
help me sound authentic and sincere.
How do I sound like
hold on.
A real boy?
We hash out a lot of our issues on the air.
I know.
And if I don't, I'm not going to say something that I don't feel.
Okay.
I'm not going to make anything. I'm just not going to say something to make the situation better. I want you guys to help me
polish it up.
You want like Dan did for you with telling me that I need to back down the smarminess?
No. Although it did work.
But if I'm you calling Ronnie, this is how the conversation would start.
Yeah.
Ronnie, first and foremost, I want to say I'm sorry that it got to this level and that you had to find out about it through the radio. I should have called you and let you know right away. Number one. Number two, I shouldn't have made it an issue. Like my issues with other people who may or may not be at this wedding were my issues, and now it's become your issues. So I apologize for that as well. But what I would not say to him is I would not put him in the middle of this problem that you have, which is completely internal to yourself.
All right,
which is I won't feel comfortable at the wedding if so and so and so are here. First of all, he's probably somewhat aware of it if he is at all. Maybe.
We talked about it yesterday. He probably knows.
So he's not going to put you he's your friend. He's not going to put you at a table or into a position where you're right next to people that you may have a problem with.
But he probably didn't know about that particular element or issue prior to yesterday.
But that particular element or issue is, I think, it's an element or issue for you and you alone. I don't think anybody else, even people that have him as their representative, care that much. I really don't think they care that much. Like talent who have an agent are not like that with their agent.
It's not about that. It's about Bubba almost like worried about himself that he won't be able to control himself. That's what he admitted yesterday. He's like, I don't know if I'll have the ability to control myself if I see someone and I want to confront them.
Really? You don't think you could control yourself, Bubba?
I don't know.
Your real enemies are not going to be there.
So hold on. So after I say what you said, the 2-part series. One, Ronnie, I owe you an apology, and I do, by the way. This is truly how I feel. This isn't, it's great that Brian came up with it, but this I wouldn't parrot it back and use it or tell it to Ronnie if I truly didn't feel this way. But one, Ronnie, I owe you an apology because this got away from me. I should have not made it a show deal, and I talked about it on the air in public, and it's a conversation I needed to have with you first and foremost, and I pretty much screwed the pooch on that. So I'm sorry. I apologize to you as your friend, as a man. I can't take that back, but I'm sorry. Two, what was the second part of it, Brian? I want to make sure I got it right. I want to rehearse this.
Well, the second part was that
should have said it earlier.
That you definitely should have called him first. You should have let him know sooner.
So what do I end up with? What if I say, okay, I've worked through this, And I've really taken a step back and realized that I was kind of being narcissistic and making it about me when really it's has nothing to do with me and my insecurities and my stupidness inside my fat little head. And I did RSVP, and I would love for you to honor that RSVP and allow me to come to your wedding.
That's perfect.
I will not be a distraction. I will not get, although you distracted my wedding, I will be a gentleman. I will not be a I'll
be heavily medicated.
I will not be a problem. I'll just be honored to be there. And this is just, I got in my own head. I just got my own. I did. I literally got in my own head. I did. I got in my own head.
It happens to all of us.
And it happens to all of us. I made it public. I just completely screwed it up, Ronnie. And if you would accept my apology and allow me to attend, I would really be very grateful.
I think what you just said is absolutely perfect. Absolutely perfect. If you do that, I don't think there's any problem. I would just leave out the part about you being a distraction at his wedding because he was one at yours.
Do you want me to cut that for you, Bubba, and email it to you?
No, don't cut it. Don't email it. Let him, he actually needs to call Ronnie. Just find Ronnie's email and send that to him for him.
Hey, let me. Do. Okay. It's always easier Brian, it's easier if he's already heard it before, like when he hears it, he knows what's coming.
Yeah.
No,
I love emailing clips.
It's much better for him.
I love emailing clips.
It's my favorite
just like
form
you,
of
Brian. I
communication.
didn't want to really, I didn't want to really have a confrontation with you. I just wanted to, send the clip to you. Then you got it figured out.
Yeah.
Now, were you? Let's be honest, because you and I are friends, and we've had some, I could never really be mad at you. You've done some really good things for me, and you're a great lawyer. You've helped me in a lot of different ways that people don't know about. Like you and I have a far closer friendship off the air than what we play on the air. I think that would be safe to say.
Correct.
Okay. That being said, were you mad that I sent you that email?
I wasn't mad. I think the part that was frustrating
because when I reached out to you yesterday, I could tell you were a little prickish.
Can we talk about the email itself?
So Lummy emailed me the clip of Dan being Bubba, telling me what I need to do to back it down, to not agitate or aggravate Bubba and to not be a counter programmer. So Lummy emailed me that audio.
Any text or just a clip?
Just it said, Bubba wants you to listen to this. And let him know what you think.
Good Lummy.
So I thought at first I didn't
Lummy,
listen.
Trey Bill 75 on the PayPal. Thank you so much, Trey Bill.
At first I didn't listen to it because I thought it was the Dion interview, and I had watched that live, and I'm like, well, I don't need to give him my opinion. I already know what my opinion
Brian
is.
Helton 20. Brian Helton, Lummy, also 50 on the PayPal.
You can tell from the
PayPal, Cash App, Venmo, all at the Bub Army. Continue on, Brian.
No, I don't think it was the way it was attached. Yeah, I don't think it was labeled in a way.
I was labeled it exactly how I was told to label it.
There you go.
Bubba wants you to listen to this.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right.
That's it.
So then Lummy follows up with. So I think I was listening to the show and I heard it mentioned or something like that. And so then Lummy follows up with me, and he's like, "Did you listen to the audio?" And,
he double texted you.
And well, no, this was on what, Monday or Tuesday?
Yeah, it was Monday.
And that's when I actually went and fully listened to it and heard it all. So the part that annoyed me was that you had Dan make a message for you, and then you had Lummy send the message to me, and then Lummy follow up with me on the message when you could have just come to me like the Ronnie situation, like a man.
Well, Bubba didn't
Are you
have
calling
me.
Bubba a pussy?
No, but Bubba didn't have me check up on it on Monday. I was doing that on my own.
Yeah, well, the way it came across, I'm just letting you know my impression of it was the way it came across. Now, yesterday, Bubba, the reason why I was a little chippy when you asked me if I could,
you were a little chippy.
I was,
and I was just
email?
No, via text.
Text. I don't ever talk about.
So this is why. So after I heard the message and did all of that, I went back and I perused the show from Thursday that was the culprit for and prompted this message from Dan. And other than that one hot mic segment where, again, I said it twice, never directed at you, there was no other part where I was being a counter programmer to you. And so the part that was difficult for me in processing that was that was one of the least counter programming appearances that I've ever had on this show. And I'm being told that was too much. So when I said to you I'm not really sure if you could what my message to you was, can you provide me with something concrete that I can go off of? Like, hey, that's what I'm talking about. Don't do that again. Because I get the jokes cuz thing, and so I wasn't going to do that ever again. That's done, over and done with. Honest, done it twice today. But for me, it's over and done with. But the other stuff, like if there was something else, I wanted to know what that was, because it's hard to tell somebody, don't do that thing I don't like anymore, and then not say, this is the thing I don't like that you do.
Oh, like Twitch likes to do?
Yeah.
Yeah,
exactly.
don't Twitch us out. Right.
Yeah. So anyways, that was that.
Well, Bubba's not the best communicator. We know that. So.
Well,
which is crazy because he's on the air constantly talking.
But I thought I thought you and I think we jived well today.
I thought we jived well last Thursday, which is
last Thursday there was just a little. I mean, listen, for the other people that were in this room as well, didn't Brian just have a different feel? And here's no, hold on,
He's still an asshole like he was today. But
yeah,
that's one of the words that we're not supposed to be.
Sorry.
Yeah, there you go.
I felt a different feel with Brian, especially after you kind of confronted him.
Yeah, you've been far more palatable today.
Yes, Brian's been.
Anna doesn't think so.
Well, it's because he's turned on me instead of you.
Brian's very pleasant today.
You're welcome, everyone.
Anyway, Brian, thanks for making the necessary adjustments, and you've been wonderful to work with.
And I'm
today.
sorry for aggravating you so much last Thursday. Again, if I do anything in particular, if you pull me aside and be like, "Hey, B, let's not do that again," that bothers me. I won't do it.
Yeah, but I don't ever say that.
Exactly.
No, you have some other people try to say it for you in a very cryptic way that there's no way for me to understand what I'm doing wrong.
This is exactly what happened with Alex too, Bubba. Not saying that you're the common denominator, but if you clearly describe your boundaries, people won't cross them.
Yeah, go ahead.
Most people.
I want people
Bubba,
to
I just
know.
wanted to talk about the Ronnie thing. I sent you the clip to your email, but also too, another thing I think he was upset about was you mentioned that you were going to your Bubba Raceway Park for Monster Truck, and he kind of brought that in there too, thinking like, oh, Bubba's missing my wedding for the Monster Truck gig at the raceway at the park. So that's what he was saying too. They kind of lumped that in there too.
I mean, yeah.
So on that issue though, Bubba, I absolutely think you need to go to the wedding. It's going to be great content for the show.
And I won't listen. We do have a monster truck show at my track that weekend. But Tom Bean, and he understands that I would have to miss that. This is Ronnie's wedding is a much bigger event and has been on the books way longer than this monster truck deal. And my the only responsibilities I have with regards to the monster trucks coming to my track is weeks before harvesting all this clay out back for them to build ramps. Once I've done that, which I'm doing this weekend and next, then my obligation, I don't really have any other obligations other than to help, but Tom wouldn't have a problem with me missing that. So I am going to talk to Ronnie today. Lummy is going to send that little clip over.
Yep.
To hopefully warm Ronnie up a little bit.
Nobody likes getting clips, and nobody likes getting them in advance of a heartfelt apology. Here's the pre-roll to my apology, buddy. No,
Average Joe, $100
just
on the
call
cash.
Don't send him any more clips. Just call him up. To say exactly what you said on the air, and you will. It will be bygones. Will be bygones. You'll be at the wedding, and we will all get a great couple of days of content out of you when you're talking about all the crazy antics that went on there.
Perfect. All right, my man. Now listen. Do you think?
Him.
Oh, you did.
Yeah. Sorry.
Who sniped who?
Average Joe.
Sniped.
Mario from Las Vegas.
Oh, hello.
Hey,
Cemetery.
Muscle Beach, Nova Scotia here.
Just want
to let you know.
That
we have a lot of lobsters up here. I caught a blue lobster last week off of Muscle Beach.
Yeah.
Blue lobster's a liberal lobster.
Now, and the people that heard the Howard segment, I mean, do you think this is salvageable? I mean, you heard it, Brian. Is it salvageable?
Yes, it would have been more salvageable with a phone call yesterday.
I understand.
But if you wait past like 9 a.m. today, like noon our time, then no.
I plan on calling him
but
like
don't
around
send him any
noon
more, don't send
his
any
time.
more clips from the show. None of that's going to help, man.
Okay, thanks. Yes,
okay, bro. I heard the Howard segment yesterday, brother. I was listening to it live while I was listening to your show live too, brother. Live on live, and bro, The thing Babyface is leaving out, like he leaves out of a lot of his arguments on the show, is that, a lot of people were like punking Ronnie out on the wedding, like not replying to his invites and making up excuses not to go and stuff. So it's been bottling up, and Howard's not going, and you're the only other celebrity invited now. You might not be going. So that was like the last straw for Ronnie that made him break down. But, bro, this is what I think, bro. If you call him and talk to him and smooth it over and, make him feel special, maybe, send him a little something, send him like a couple Bubba Army shirts, something, to make him feel special.
Straw hat.
That's his wedding gift, Terry.
I swear to God. I swear to God.
Now, Ronnie, will Stephanie wear this Bubba Army thong on your wedding night?
Well, here, buddy, I got you this blanket, too.
It's a Bubba Army peg.
It's an air freshener.
The black ice.
So you're thinking, if I step up, own the mistake, and just do what I should have done instead of doing it on the air, that Ronnie will be okay. I don't want any problem. Ronnie is truly a really good friend of mine, and I completely did not do right by him on this. I hope he forgives me and allows me to come.
Bro, I think so, and as a friend, make him feel special. He's feeling down, bro. Like even like Ralph Sorella and Baba Booey are skipping out on his wedding and stuff. Like, he needs a friend, bro. So yeah, that's what I think, brother.
All right, well, good, because I didn't know they're all skipping. I did not know they're all skipping out on him, so I definitely want to go.
Howard also, bro. Howard, he stood up for you, bro. He said that he always hears it's a great monster truck show down at Bubba Raceway Park.
Is that what he said?
He actually clowned monster trucks, but this is the part, Tampa Terry doing what Tampa Terry all does, bro. Bro, he left this part out, which is you talk about monster trucks in a negative way, bro.
All right, Tampa Terry.
Up here in Nova Scotia, though, we don't even have monster trucks.
Listen, you might want to listen to the show tomorrow, because I will have probably, I know I will have talked to Ronnie by then, and I'll have a report as to whether I'm going or not.
Okay, brother, I'll be listening.
Very good, Emperor. Appreciate it.
Wait a second. I'm getting an idea.
Compelling and compassionate?
No, wait.
Yeah, it's possible.
Yeah, no.
More of the Bubba the Love Sponge show after this.
Thanks, bro. I've been working on Muscle Beach, Nova Scotia.
Yeah. It's funny, like, Bubba's really confrontational, but also isn't. Like, he hates confrontation.
Bubba is confrontational when he is in control of the setting in which the confrontation is taking place.
Usually on the air.
On the air. That is where he is comfortable. That is his ring. Bubba is completely uncomfortable of real confrontation in real life in an area where he does not have complete and total control and power. As most people with those tendencies that start with the letter N and end with the letter C, manifest.
What could the rest of those letters be?
Well, I agree with you to an extent, but...
Till when?
Yeah, what do you disagree with in what I just said?
No, I agree with you to an extent.
Well,
My rebuttal to you is this. And you probably can't comprehend this, maybe Anna can. But after I talk for 6 fucking straight hours every fucking day for 30 hours a week of straight talking would be like you having to be as sharp mentally.
Trial. It's like being in trial.
It's like if you did 30 hours of closings every week. Well, I don't like talking on the phone. I don't like confrontations. I don't like to do it. And it's a byproduct of my job, and it's just, like Merch Crick and I got in a big fight yesterday because I'm losing my hearing. I literally am losing my hearing, and it's a byproduct of wearing headphones for 40 years. And so I literally, she has to repeat everything. She'll say something, I'll go, and I literally can't hear her.
Here's my question. Do you really, in the setting that we're in here, if people are talking up, do you have to have headphones on?
Yeah.
You couldn't hear them.
Yeah, because I got other elements that I run on.
Like when you, but you just would put one up to your ear when you needed to do that.
Brian,
Brian,
that's like.
Adjust?
Hold on. not you.
Yeah,
I mean, that's
well,
like
you
saying,
keep turning it louder.
Brian, I've been doing.
That's the worst.
Listen, if I was 24 fucking years old and I just got into radio, I've been doing this for 40 years, doing it the same way for 40 years.
I get you. It's a hard habit to break.
Yeah, I mean, it's not a habit. Wearing headphones is not a habit. It was the nature of they've now come up with technology, I guess, earbuds or some other things, or a lot of these, terrestrial radio, on-air radio has to have headphones and a microphone. Podcasting that's being recorded, I see a lot of podcasters that don't wear headphones.
I like wearing them because I feel like I'm dialed in.
Yeah, but you can hear the audio chain, and you can hear the processing, and you can hear,
if you're
whether
hot,
you're
if you're low, whatever
exactly.
it may be.
So in the business, it's just been now. The only thing that's taken the headphone out of the business is now the fact that you're not live. If you're not live, then yeah, we can talk without headphones. But if you're live terrestrially, you can't have an open mic and a monitor on at the same time because you'll get feedback. So it has to be a closed system.
Yeah.
So, but that's just so one of the things that makes me me is that I don't. After I'm so fucking talked out by noon that I don't even want to talk. Like I don't want to talk. I don't want to fucking talk.
I get it.
And so because I talk so fucking much.
Well, I think there's also an added sense of, or there's added energy when you have to do something that's going to be uncomfortable. Like you're anxious about it. It's exhausting. You're thinking about how am I going to say this person, they're going to get mad at me. What's my retort going to be?
Yeah.
Versus just like having like a business meeting.
Yeah. If I was just going to call Brian about where we're going to go to lunch next Friday, I don't give a fuck. But I gotta. I mean, I fucked up here. I fucked up. I did, and I didn't.
Because it seemed like you didn't know what to do, and then when you made the decision, it was kind of like too late, and you were an asshole.
You did and you didn't, because if you do the right thing now and fix it.
I just hope he lets me go.
Yeah, I don't. That's what I'm worried about for you is that he's already making the changes for you not to go. That's my fear is that he's already changed the number with the vendors. He's already He's already changed around the seating arrangements because he found out you weren't going to go and you were supposed to call him. And that's my fear. That's why I'm most worried about you not calling him immediately yesterday.
Now, and just for hold on.
And that's what I was calling in for you. Sorry. That's what I was calling in for yesterday when Alex Stein kept droning on was to tell you need to call him now. Sorry, go ahead.
No, you're good. Also, convince him that you actually want to be there and that you're not just doing this because you feel bad.
Oh, I will.
Because he's going to be like, no, you don't want to go. No, be like, no, Ronnie, I want to be there.
Don't fucking go, bro. Don't fucking go, dude.
Yeah, he's going to try to convince you not to go because he thinks that's what you really want.
I don't care if you fucking go, dude.
I'll be like, Ronnie,
Just
here's the deal.
go.
I do want to go, and I hope I didn't fuck it up where I can't go.
Good. Say that.
That's what I'm going to say. And if I have fucked it up where I can't go because you're mad at me, I understand. But I would prefer to go. I just fucked up on how I got this message out.
Yeah.
So hopefully I'm going tomorrow.
Yeah.
Going tomorrow?
No, hopefully tomorrow on the air I'm reporting to people that I'm going.
I got what you meant. I got what you meant.
Yeah.
I'm like, the wedding's tomorrow? Shit.
Booby, you got to get on the plane.
We got to get him to the Greek.
I trained today.
Nice.
I'm renewing my vows in front of the same guy that's doing Ronnie's ceremony.
The Elvis guy?
Yeah.
No, you're not.
I am.
When?
I'm out in Vegas middle of October.
You're not.
Swear to God.
No, for real.
For real.
No, like for real.
Graceland Cathedral. Yeah. 100%.
Are you doing it as a rib or are you doing it as a fucking...
We're doing it because it's funny.
Okay.
I'm not doing it because, it's serious.
Is it just you and your wife?
It's me and my wife and our best friends are coming out. We're just doing a vow renewal for our 10 year. We're staying at the Aria.
Oh, nice.
Oh, well, that's fitting.
Yeah.
Is that why you named your daughter
No.
after a hotel?
We liked it.
Oh.
No, we liked it.
You love Vegas?
All day, every day.
I'm an FTE. Full tractor effect.
You're my savior.
I listen to it in the morning and at night. It keeps me awake all night driving that big rig down the road.
Bubba the Love Sponge. We love you, brother.
The Bubba the Love Sponge Show.
And everybody on chat, light me up. Light me up. Letting Ronnie suffer for this extended period, not cool. It's been 3 days, okay?
And he's only known about it for a day and a half.
So
not even a day and a half, less than 24 hours.
So stop, okay? Just stop with it, okay? I'm already pissed at all you guys. You are so mean to me. I expect you to be mean to Anna and some others, but not me.
Yeah.
Jesus. Why? I'm trying my best. I was just walking through some ins and outs that I'm suffering through right now. This industry has been very good to me, but I'm not saying I'm over it, because I'm not. I don't know how to make a living otherwise, and we're so very fortunate to have the Bubba Army and the cult-like following that we have in the business template that we developed with PayPal, Venmo, Cash App. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, Facebook, Bubba Army Radio, which is getting completely redone. That whole thing. Not a lot of radio personalities can make it through a subscription-based type deal, and we can, and we are. So I'm very fortunate, for that. But I'm getting older. I think I look pretty good for my age, but I'm getting older. I've been doing this now, and it puts things in perspective. I've been doing this now for almost 40 years. And so, I mean, I'm not saying I'm burnt out on it, because I'm not. But I'm burnt out on the drama, and I'm burnt out. Like, my world has changed so much in the fact that I never had this chat element that I had to worry about. I just let it fly, and I didn't really have an instant feedback as to people hating me so much or anything like that. It was just Bubba says it on the radio. You either deal with it or don't. And if you don't call in, and then we can get into a confrontation with Funk, because I love that. I mean, I'm like, I'm pretty kick-ass on that. But like, one of the things I'm going through right now, physically, my health-wise, I think my health is really, really good. I stay up on that. I'm probably, with regards to being nearly 60 years old and weighing, 277, 278 pounds, I think I'm pretty good shape, pretty healthy.
Your blood work would imply, yes.
Yeah, and that's according to my blood work. And one of the reasons why I can say that is because I do get my blood work done every 3 months, and I know all my levels. My cholesterol level's 177. My blood pressure is 118/72. My resting heart rate is 66.
That's great.
I mean, again, good genes. I'm not, obviously I'm fat. But one thing I'm starting to go through, and I don't know, and I've not really shared this with you, but it's kind of freaked me out, because I think I might have to get hearing aids. I think I'm going to have to get some type of hearing, like cochlear or something like that, because I'm losing my hearing.
How bad is it?
I don't know. I probably should go in for. They have hearing tests, don't they?
Yes.
I know that when I was a kid, they gave us hearing tests.
Left hand, right hand.
Yeah, all that kind of stuff. I'm sure it's far more advanced now.
I don't know that it's gotten too much better.
Yeah, I don't know how much more advanced you can you hear it or not? Yeah. We're gonna play a tone. Raise your hand if you hear it. Right?
And then it's like.
Yeah, but I think that's kind of how they do it. I think that's how they do that.
I've been doing audiologist before.
But I've got to do something, because I can't hear. And Merch Crick and we didn't get in an argument.
How did that go?
She was really cool about it, but it was this morning at the gym, as a matter of fact.
Oh no.
And I was running the vacuum cleaner, and she doesn't better her cause. When she talks to me, she'll be facing the complete opposite direction, and she has a little Mickey Mouse voice anyway. You know that. And she'll say something, and it's like my response to her 96% of the time is, "What? Say that again. I can't hear it." And then she has to repeat it. And so finally, today I'm like, Erica, I'm losing my hearing. I just am. I know I am. For wearing headphones for nearly 40 years, you start to, and I'm not even on the opioids like Rush Limbaugh was. Isn't that a byproduct of
Oh yeah.
Yes.
His hearing loss largely attributed to his opioid addiction.
Well,
Interesting. I didn't know that was a side effect.
I've dabbled in opioids. I mean,
what kind?
Perks, Vikes.
Any of the Oxy?
Somas, Oxycontin.
Ooh.
But I would say probably in my entire life, I've taken less than 100. In my entire life. of everything combined. Of oxys, somas.
Yeah, that's nothing.
And that's just because they're hard to get.
Not just because we're out partying on a Friday night and somebody says, "Hey, I got a perk, won't you?"
Yeah.
And so you take a perk and you.
But I don't drink alcohol. I'm not a degenerate.
But you would have an alcoholic. You'd have a beverage. You'd have like a.
Just like one, right?
You know how I am. I'd have a
prop is what you have.
I'd have a dirty banana or a Sex on the Beach, 2 Percocets and a Sex on the Beach, buddy, and I'm on fire.
It's a Malibu Sex
So
on the Beach.
I've not lost my hearing because of any type of abuse. I've just lost my hearing because I've worn headphones for 60 years. I mean, for 40 years, and that's just a lot of radio personalities lose their hearing because your ear is not really engineered to have a closed system around it
for like 6 hours a day.
For 40 years, 6 hours a day. So I'm a little bit freaked out about that. I think the cochlear ear implant, they actually drill a hole in your head.
Ooh.
I think. And I don't, and I'm
because it ties into the bones, right? And that's how the reverberation.
I think so.
Like that, and then it processes it.
Yeah. And I think I think that I might have to do something like that.
Maybe you can get them so they can put like a jack in there where you could just plug right into the thing.
Plug my head into the board.
Yeah.
Let me plug me in, please.
Plug me in. We know you need a 1/8 adapter.
Gotcha.
Where's Mach? Mach is plugging Bubba's fat head into the board right now. And so I just told her, Erica, when you talk to me,
I doubt you said it like that.
You've got.
You stupid bitch! You know I can't.
No, he said he called up Dan. He's like, Dan, can you prepare something for her? And then he called up Lummy and said, Lummy, email what Dan just said.
So I'm gonna have to do something. So this morning we're at the gym and she says something to me and I instantaneously, and it gets exhausting and it makes me feel like a fool. I say, what did you say? And then she has to repeat it, but she doesn't, And then today, so today I'm like, Merch, Craig, when you talk to me, now I got talk to me rules. When you talk to me, can you face me? Face me.
I need a visual up.
And so and project it, because don't she has a very high pitched Mickey Mouse
what are you talking about?
voice. Oh, Merch, Craig.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do it again.
I feel so bad because that's a horrible thing happened to that woman, but it was a little funny. That
I know, but poor thing. I mean, she got her ass whipped.
I know,
and they just completely let it go.
I'm sorry,
I really
I brought
have a
that
hard
up.
time. No,
back
it's
to
just,
year of
Brian's
losing your hearing.
and Brian's been part of that process too. What a bunch of bull crap. Brian, did you hear? They had this. They had this like appeal or something where another set of eyes at the state attorney's office looked at it, and I'm good. I mean, it's whatever.
No, you told me all about it.
But they told her. They actually told her this. This is where I'm just like, come on. They actually, the state attorney of which is the state SAO of 12th, the 12th Circuit, of which includes Manatee, Sarasota, and I think a little bit of DeSoto counties. And as she was trying to, get Mike Calta charged with. Listen, I mean, if her boyfriend wasn't Bubba the Love Sponge, Mike Calta would have been charged with simple battery and at least grand theft. And that's a no-brainer. That's just what happened. They told her this is what really is not cool. On the last phone call that she had with the state attorney, which was the boss of the guy that made the no pros decision, he actually said to her, "You're lucky Calta doesn't press charges on you because you were the aggressor." Now, Brian, you don't have to agree with my assessment.
I would have gone off on him. I would have said, press the charges. I would have said, bring it, bitch. Bring it.
Ooh,
Charge
like
me.
that.
Charge me. You really think you believe that BS that's spewing out of your hole right now? Charge me. We'll see. I'll take it all the way to a jury. Charge me. Charge him too. Charge me. And let's see where the chips fall.
Yeah. But I mean, talk about adding insult to injury.
I would have lost my stuff. I would have lost my stuff.
So
no way you're going to victim shame and that's what she
said to him, "You're victim shaming me. I'm the victim, and now you're gaslight / victim shaming me."
Would have gone off on him.
And they're like, "Yeah, we and then you said, Brian, I let 5 or 6 of the girls in records watch it, and I let my girlfriend." And like, well, what? So now they make the decisions around here. You're sharing this video with people that work there that don't have the ability to. They're just civilian record keepers, and your girlfriend. Well, what was she doing there? Doesn't matter what she was doing there. She had every right to be there.
It's irrelevant. It's such an absurd everything. Oh, she was down there so what? I can be somewhere to annoy somebody. That doesn't give them the right to. And first of all, that wasn't her intent. Second of all, that doesn't give anybody the right to batter her, to steal her property, to restrain her, to pull her outside, to delete her personal property.
Their excuse was they think they would have a hard time convincing a jury that Mike Kauta intended on taking her phone. But I didn't know that intent.
And see, this was the part in their memo. It said intended to steal her phone, okay? And if you read the statute on theft, you don't have to intend to keep the item. You have to intend to deprive the owner of their rightful use of the item, which is clearly what he intended to do when he took her phone and refused to give it back to her, knowing full and well that was her phone. And see, that's the key there is because I could take something off of a table that I found, not know that it's Anna's, right, and be looking at it, and her say, "That's mine, give it back." Well, I did clearly up to that point. I didn't have the intent to steal from Anna because I didn't know it was her property.
But when but if you had taken it from her hands,
or even after she says that's my property, please return it. Now I have that knowledge. Now, if I continue to keep it, I have now formed the intent at that moment to deprive her of her property.
So an argument could have been also, Brian, after he took it, she said, "You don't have the right to take my phone, give it back." At that point, if he doesn't give it back, he's intending to keep it. And
Absolutely.
And he kept it for 7 minutes and deleted stuff off of it.
Because
that's intent, isn't it?
I could see where he takes the phone from her initially and she doesn't put up much resistance and just shows the crowd that they would say that's not theft. Okay.
And then gave it back to her.
Okay, give it back to her. That's not theft. When he takes it, shows the crowd, and then refuses after she is requesting and demanding that he return her property to him, there's no way around that. That's theft. There's not a jury in the world. I don't care what girlfriend they show it to. I don't care what receptionist they show it to. When they show 7 jurors and they read them the statute, and it's very clear what the statute says for theft, very clear. There's no way around it. It's theft.
Yeah.
It's theft.
We've been dealing with that. It's been a little bit of a thing. She's been bummed out about that.
I don't blame her for being bummed out.
Yeah.
Now Daddy's yelling at her.
No, to talk louder and to face me, please.
I will tell you, though, Bubba, my wife doesn't have a booming voice either. And this idea that a woman can talk away from you in another room with walls between you and then expect you to hear them is kind of absurd.
I know. So you've experienced it, too.
Oh, 100%.
Right.
And the longer you're with your significant other, the less that you actually actively listen to them anyway. So I'm a perfect.
Throw me a phone, bitch.
Once again, he's showing off why he received a doctorate in spin, execution, and control.
Yes.
More of the Bubba the Love Sponge show after this.
When I am not fully actively listening, I have a difficult time deciphering what she said.
Is that a study done by Dr. Dan?
That is a study done by Brian Matroni, and he of failed a marriage and one that's working right now. So
you were married for how long before?
5 years, but I was with her for a while. I was like 8 or 9 years.
Where did you meet your wife again? Your current wife?
My current wife is 7.
No, where did you meet her?
Oh, where did I meet her? Through friends. We supposed to be a pool party, but it started raining, pouring down rain. So my buddy Jay said, "Hey, I know these 2 girls. They were going to go to the pool party. They're cool. You want to do something?" And I said, "Sure." And he's like, "What do you want to do?" And I think we threw out kind of like jokingly, "Let's go bowling." And I was like, or he threw it out, And I'm like, I haven't been bowling in like 15 years. I was like, okay, let's go bowling. And so her friend Christina and her went with us, and we ended up going bowling. And then after bowling, they beat. My wife's a really good bowler.
Was she on your team?
No, it was the girls against the guys.
And the girls won?
And the girls won, yeah.
And you were trying?
Yeah, the guys were trying, yeah.
Did you see that Tampa Bay Lightning, Steven Stamkos, have to wait for, what's that?
He's not happy because they haven't made him an offer for a contract so he can finish out his career in Tampa, and he's in his last year.
And so
that's something you get done. If you're going to keep the guy, you should get that done before the season
Or do you
starts.
think they're going to try to fucking use him for trade bait? That's what
I think they're hedging. I think you're absolutely right. If the season's going sideways, but he's having a good year, but let's say Hedman's down and Sergachev gets injured, they might. That's it's not out of the realm of possibility.
I see him giving them.
So then after you go bowling.
But I don't want it to end like they did with, like they didn't do Marty St. Louis, you know.
They
did Vinny dirty.
Yeah.
They did Vinny dirty. They didn't
Vinny
do. They did St. Louis dirty.
It's not really doing them dirty. They treated them like any other player, and I think Stamkos, rightfully so, is at the point now in his career with the Lightning where he can say, "Don't treat me like I'm any other player. I'm not Alex Killorn here, okay? I'm Steven motherfucking Stamkos." You know.
You don't think they re-sign him and then give him some good depth, a couple team options or player, some options.
So they're saying Lightning general manager said he'll be in a better position to assess Steven Stamkos' fit in the organization future plans following the season. Wow.
Yeah. Wow. And Stamkos is pissed.
To the point where he might say, fuck off.
Well, yeah, I think this is where the Lightning really...
I mean, the hometown deal they could have gotten now.
Right. Now they're going to fucking lose the hometown deal. And so you probably could have gotten him for 4 years at $5 million per. I'm thinking, like maybe $6 million, and now he's going to go out on the open market and he's going to get he's going to get a 3-year, $8 million deal and take it.
All right, so then you go
Mike
bowling.
Evans again. Mike Evans is all pissed off now too.
Yeah, well, he should be as well.
He's about 30.
Well, the risk of injury and getting money as a wide receiver after 30 is harder in the NFL now. And so if I'm him, I'm a little. Now he's playing out of his mind.
And he's gonna tell us.
Yeah.
See you at the end of the year.
Yeah. Yeah. So.
I mean, you look at it like you said, like a 30, like an Odell Beckham got hurt again, and just
right.
Cuff didn't come back.
Yep. Yep. So the bet was that we had to kind of be their manservants the rest of the day, open the doors for them, because then we decided after bowling we were going to go to Brick House and get some grub, and then the Bucks were doing a rare preseason practice, like scrimmage at Raymond James that night. For free with fireworks afterwards and everything. So it was like an open thing.
Built-in date.
Yes. So this was in 2010. So I lived up to the bargain. I held the doors open for him. I picked up the tab at dinner because we lost the bet.
Including your male friend?
He did not hold up the end of the bargain.
So you paid for the whole group?
I paid for the whole group. But and then like walking out of the Bucks Stadium, Stephanie, she was wearing like flip-flops or something. Her flip-flop broke. So she was going to have to walk through the parking lot barefoot. So I actually gave her my flip-flops and walked through the parking lot barefoot. But I didn't know her at the time. I wasn't, trying to. She knew. She's like, I caught that. She's like, there's just, I got that it was genuine. That's who you are. If you're a man of your word, you'll keep your word and you're gracious. That was what she caught. So then she invited me out. I was doing Big Brothers Big Sisters at the time, so she invited
you out.
Her and Christina were at Blue Martini. I think they just wanted me to pick up the bill, but they were at Blue Martini. At Bar Louie, and it started storming, so they invited me to come meet them. So I met them there. Different day. This is like a week later. So I go and meet them. We hang out. And then, like 2 weeks later, she messages me out of the blue that she's got a work happy hour, and she invited me to it. And I'm like, okay, she's interested in me at this point. So I totally misread it. She just thought I was a nice guy. I wanted to hang out with him. But I'm a guy, so I didn't read it that way. So I knew that I needed. I know that separate from the hurt. That's the only way to take them down. So I listened to her, and she remembered that she said she liked playing poker. Well, I knew poker, but I wasn't like a huge poker player. So I made a comment to her while we were at the happy hour. Hey, you want to go to Derby Lane and play poker? I'll spot you, because I knew money was super tight for her. She was working for the blood bank. And she didn't remember that she had told me that she liked playing poker. So she had thought that, oh my God, this guy likes playing poker too. Yeah. And so we ended up there, and then we ended up
Bubba the Love Sponge.
It is.
I'm here for the sponge.
Mate, it's all about mate.
It's got to be Bubba.
I laugh so hard.
Bubba the Love Sponge.
Ow!
The Bubba the Love Sponge Show.
Few question, Brian. Do you think the Lightning can save face with Stamkos right now, or is that like a hard position on how they're on their stance on this?
I think they've made clear to him their position on it, and he reacted to it in the media, which is that shot's fired, and that's not great. Not great. You can fix it, but man, it makes it a lot harder.
Then secondly, your prediction on number 19 Colorado Buffs at number 10 Oregon. Does the party stop this weekend?
I think Oregon wins by a score. Yeah, I think 7 to 10 points is where I would think.
Not the 21 that they're. I mean, because right now the what is the line?
It's still 21. I just refreshed.
Not the 21.
No, I mean not having Travis Hunter hurts, but people don't realize that Xavier Weaver and Jimmy Horn Jr. and a few of the other receivers that they have are just as talented. And so I think that Colorado will be playing up. They will definitely be playing to show. Dion will have them ready. I just think they lose this one in the 7 to 10 point range. I don't think they're there yet, which is not an indictment of them at all. It's amazing that they're 3-0.
And it should be a high-scoring game.
Yeah, I'm thinking something like 49-39.
So take the over and under.
Yeah.
70 and a half.
Yeah, I see 80 points being scored in this game.
And Lummy, what do you think about Tom Brady? I mean, do you think that Shador needs to maybe stop swagging it up a little bit?
Oh, 100%.
And start maybe, I don't know. I mean, he's not his dad, and his dad did that, and it worked for him. But, it may not have worked for Deion if he had not had a good career. But, when you had the career that Deion Sanders had, then you can swag it up. You can act the way he did. Deion's a very good friend of mine. I appreciate Shador's got his early swag. I know he's certainly very talented.
Yeah.
But I think in corporate America and in the NIL world that he's in, that holding up your $300,000 watch and your $400,000 necklace and your $300,000 car, Tom Brady said it on the podcast, the Sirius XM podcast that he hosts with Deion. Now, I don't know that Shador was on with him, but he said, "Listen, spend less time in your Rolls Royce Phantom and more time in the film room."
Shador was on. He heard him.
Oh, he did?
Yeah.
And what did Shador say?
I mean, Deion just kind of
took over for him.
Yeah, he didn't have much to say.
And
he just kind of sat there and listened.
You start getting that cocky and things like that. That's when you start getting cheap shots.
Well, I mean, yeah, and I don't think he's got to worry about cheap shots as much as he had to worry about production levels.
Well, yeah, but I'm saying players get pissed too. I mean, he had a couple late hits on him.
Travis Hunter's was a targeted shot because he was talking a lot of smack before the game.
I can't believe that he didn't get thrown out of the game for that hit.
Yeah, it was ejectable. It was 3 steps. And it was clear he had not caught the ball, and it was a hard.
The ball was way. The ball was over.
He was out of bounds too.
But the ref that works the games told us yesterday he didn't lead with his helmet, which is ejectable. He got a personal foul. His next one is.
We did talk to an NFL, and we have a guy that's an actual NFL ref. He's an actual NFL ref. We've seen him hold on. We know that he's an NFL ref. Brian, because we've seen him at the game at the Bucs game in a as a referee,
and he has been a college ref.
And he said realistically that because he didn't lead with his helmet, and it was
it wasn't targeting in the sense of the definition of targeting. Yeah.
So
you can't just throw him out.
No, I get it. It's this next one he's out.
Yeah.
What if? I don't think Vegas gets it this.
I would have gotten him though. This is how you get him, and I wish I was on with this guy. The first is the hit. The second is after the hit, he stood over him. So I would have gotten him 2 personal fouls right there, one for the hit, okay, and then the other one when he there was about a second there that he stood over him and stared him down on the ground. That would have been the second penalty.
What if?
So you can find a way.
What if? I got to go. We got to leave. What if Colorado somehow pulls it out of their ass and they beat Oregon?
I mean, the sky's the limit.
It is going to be just absolutely
that
nuts.
USC matchup becomes the most watched college football game of all time.
In the history, maybe in the
regular season.
Yeah, maybe in the history of college athletics.
Yep. 100%. USC, Colorado, be USC top 5 versus Colorado at that point, top 8, top 10.
Don't you think the athletic director from University of South Florida should be asking?
We don't have an athletic director. We have a vice president of athletics named Michael Kelly.
He's taking a trip by the Skyway that day.
Let's call it 10:15, 10:20.
10:20 if you could.
Brian, can you hang out?
The earlier the better because I got to go at 11.
10:20 to 11 with you, okay?
Cool.
The after show. Facebook, YouTube. Facebook and YouTube if we can get it going. I have to actually go poop real fast, okay?
Yeah, real fast.
Real fast. Appreciate y'all.
Thanks for letting me finish.
You've been listening to the Bubba the Love Sponge Show, starring
me, Bubba the Love Sponge,
co-host and show historian Lummix,
co-host Anna Hummel,
co-host Dr. Dan Diaco, Esquire of Council, co-host J. Diaco, Esquire, the Spitting Cobra of Council,
Brett, the Filthy Ginger video editor.
Yeah, back here wiring up. It's Mini Macho.
The BRN agent, Thomas Buttoned Up B.
And for everything else, go to thebubbaarmy.com.
Now, time for the legal disclaimer.
Exactly. The Bubba the Love Sponge Show is intended solely for the enjoyment of our listening audience. Any rebroadcast, retransmission, or other use of this show without express written consent of the Bubba Radio Network is prohibited.
We must dissuade him of this delusion.
Until next time, always remember.
I repeat hello.